What's up, man? What's up, audience? What's going on? 3-Man Podcast crew, 3-Man Podcast Nation, 3-Man Podcast gang. What's up, man?
What's up,
How y'all doing?
What's up, you degenerates?
Degenerates, libtards, Republicans, MAGA, whoever's watching.
You Colt.
Septum ring theory.
Colt MAGA. Oh, septum ring theory. What the fuck? What is that?
Septum ring theory.
What is that?
You never heard of septum ring theory?
No.
Really? You serious?
I'm serious. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Shit. You know what? Maybe it's something good to start with. Hell, I don't know. Let's see here.
Man, just tell me what it is, nigga.
It's easier to show you than it is to tell you. Basically, everybody with the septum ring is crazy as fuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard of that. It's something else. Fuck.
That's what they're saying, dog.
Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Red Dawn Daily.
Nose ring theory.
Always has to be some dude in my comments going, septum ring theory.
What's your septum piercing theory?
You know, that's not very nice.
I mean, surprised you guys just can't tell by all the videos you guys make of each other of the theory of itself.
Can anyone tell me what the septum ring theory is?
Oh, septum theory?
Like every single one of them is asking. You guys literally fit the demographic. In the
I know what it is. It's something fucking wrong with y'all.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah. It's funny because I had to think about all the females that I know that has the septum ring. Mm-hmm. And they all got something off about them.
Yeah, there's something off about them, man.
One of the bitches I know can't find a goddamn good man if it was a goddamn pool full of good men.
And you know what? The thing is, the bigger the septum ring, the crazier they are.
Concrete.
The bigger the septum ring, the crazier they are. Like if it connects, they're the least, crazy. But this chick that you see on screen with this bull ring that doesn't connect, with the balls on the end, she on the damn hyper, high categorically crazy.
Shit, I want to create the goddamn the goddamn high yellow theory, nigga. For these high yellow bitches. Yeah, the high yellow.
But you beige.
Yeah, but I want to for the light skinned, light skinned black women who
You talking about the transparent ones? They transparent?
No. I'm talking about the light skinned who damn near light bright, damn near white. Do the extra when it comes to the being pro-black. The pro-blackness. The black man must marry the black woman. Bitch, you look white. Don't matter what I look like. Oh shit! Damn, that's a nice. Okay, I like those.
We hit. My bad, man. My bad. I gotta remember to take my default settings off my VPN. My VPN was connected and caused us to freeze a little bit, but we back. Let's get
okay.
And your opinion on things.
Pretty much, right? We can kind of figure you're a little bit on the loony bin side because your hair and your nose matches. And yeah, it just looks creepy.
It's called septum ring theory or nose ring theory, and Gen Z is melting down about it all over TikTok.
Oh my gosh, I love the septum theory.
She got a nose ring
Orange
and
the
2
eyes.
rings. The ring.
Fits.
Look at this shit.
Okay.
Septum
I
theory is
get
a
it.
theory in which
This
everybody
shit-
who has a septum piercing is unstable, weird, or has had trauma in their past.
Pretty much. So that's septum ring theory.
Yeah, have you heard about I didn't get a chance to look at it, but it was something that happened at a high school in Fayette County. It was like a blackout.
I don't know nothing about that. I haven't heard anything about that.
It was on my if it made its way to the Facebook news portion on my
Have you heard about the fact that
Facebook.
they said there were hundreds of FBI agents on at J6? They've already
Dude,
spilled the
that's
beans.
funny. So it's funny. Me and my partner, we had a conversation about it
But it came out now.
yesterday. And I told him, I was like, bruh, I know a fucking setup when I seen one when it came to J6. I was like, if you really think I believe what the shit happening January 6th, like, no, I never believed this shit. And this is not being, oh, you're just MAGA. You're in a cult. MAGA. I'm like, no, it's the fact that conservatives don't riot.
No, they really don't.
They really don't. They don't riot.
Mm-mm.
Even
They
when
don't riot.
J6 happened. If that was a riot, the most deadliest day in history on American soil, I'm like, damn, didn't look that bad.
Mm-mm. It really didn't. It didn't.
And these niggas literally have, bruh, like something got to be done about the media, bruh. Something really got to be done about the media, bruh. We need to call it the Charles Kirk Act. The media should not be allowed to lie the way they have been lying.
That's already in, other than the cable news network and broadcast television is already under those rules, but you see they break it.
No, actually they're not. It is, see, you can lie all you want. You can lie all you want. You just can't do shit that basically will cause, panic in the streets amongst the people.
So you can lie even though it says in the Communications Act of 1934 that news distortion is against regulation.
Yeah. But it all
You can lie
depends
anyway.
on what would they consider to be news distortion.
If they already have proof that what you're saying is a lie, that's news distortion. Like when Jimmy Kimmel went up there and lied, when the governor of Utah had a press conference and told motive of the murderer of Charlie Kirk from witness, from his family's testimony, or when they they interrogated his family, his trans lover and him. He's already confessed. He already get, and then all that shit, all the evidence that they had already, they had already compiled that, and enough to where the governor could do a daggone press conference. And so when Jimmy went up there and said what he said, that was an outright lie.
Mm-hmm.
So that was news distortion.
Oh, look at our beef, baby. God, I would love a steak right now.
Really?
My bad, y'all. Now I'm picking up a load, and part of our herd.
Picking up a load.
Yeah, I'm picking up a meat load, and part of our herd
Meat load. That
just just showed itself. I haven't seen our herd in a long time, and so I'm like, man, makes me want a steak now.
You got some rump roast over there.
Oh shit, we got some females. Flocker. No, so where I usually pick up at is right next to the athletic sport complex in this town.
So as
And
y'all see people,
so
he's sitting here driving. As you see those cars right there to the right.
yeah, I'm finished. I'm done for today, baby.
You done for
Yeah,
the day?
done for the day. And they got the porta potty out.
There he go. This is where you gonna
Right there,
park at and
sweetheart.
sleep for the night.
Yes,
You gonna
hell yeah.
find you a nice little parking space.
Oh, my parking space. My parking space is right there. It's already open and available, waiting on for me.
Oh, at the end.
Lucas, yeah, Lucas, big ass. You need to answer the goddamn phone, nigga. Make trying to holler at you.
You got the trailer still attached. Not the way you turn.
Yeah, I got the trailer. Yeah.
Damn, you
Oh,
turning sharp as fuck.
yeah, because I'm a pro at this bitch. Nigga.
Well, folks, we're gonna continue with. Remember, we just mentioned some shit by J6, right? So we have a video. This Benny Johnson has already been doing stuff on this, so we're gonna go to that.
Actually, yo, hit up. Actually, don't use Benny Johnson. Go to Tim Cass. I know Tim Pool probably has talked about this.
Tim Cass.
Because yeah.
Okay. He probably has.
Well, if it's honestly, this is the reason why I hate Fridays, because honestly, this is probably one of the biggest conservative news outside this is gonna be one of the biggest this is probably one of the biggest stories it's because it's on Friday.
He ain't covering it.
No, he did. It's Timcast.
I'm on it.
Not Timcast IRL.
I'm not on Timcast RL. I'm on Tim Pool at Timcast. I'm looking for Culture War clips, the shorts, time IRL. Okay. Riots, leftists attack ICE, tear gas deployed troops. Yeah, that's James Comey. God, damn. Let me see here. That's James Comey.
Check the studio chat.
Okay. All right. All right, here we go, folks.
275 plainclothes agents.
Hold on, I got to start
in January. The FBI embedded 275 plainclothes agents. January 6th crowd, Blaze reports, as House panel probes informants' roles. How did we get to this point? I thought we were told there was a couple of dozen agents. How is it now nearly 300 in total? It's because of the use of language. When they were asked about undercover agents, they said a couple dozen. Plainclothes, well, that's different. They're not undercover. They're there literally as agents, but they're just, they're just wearing different clothes. And so here we are, my friends. It is now going viral. This is a Fedsurrection, but I want to add to this. I believe there is a strong probability that not only was this instigated and planned by the feds, but that Democrats knew about it. Now, I'm not saying it's definitive, but one thing that I pointed out right after it happened, was that AOC claimed foreknowledge. What?
So now, she snitched on herself before the shit.
A lying piece of garbage. But AOC claimed in a story on Instagram shortly after January 6th that she heard a bang on her door. Where is she? The voice said. She hid in the bathroom, fearing she would die. Well, she was ragged on by conservatives because they said she wasn't even in the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm. Lot of ass.
I have her statement. There are tunnels connecting the Capitol building to the office she was in which case it was entirely possible that the rioters could have made it to her office. The only problem, the story she told was actually an officer evacuating the building, which took place about an hour before the Capitol was even breached, which initially my assumption was that she just made the story up after the fact. But I'm wondering if the story actually was true. And she had been told in advance that they were going to storm the Capitol, and she was terrified when they got to her office. Interesting that she was evacuated before the riots happened, yet she still thought the banging on her door was the rioters who had not actually gotten into the building at that time. Why would AOC fear rioters in a building they had not breached? No one knew it. Really? No one knew? Maybe they did know. Maybe with 300 feds and these accusations, it's entirely possible that not only did law enforcement know the breach was going to happen in advance, but that AOC knew as well. Let me show you. I think it's fair to say AOC is just a liar. That was my initial assessment. She fabricated a story after the fact that never happened. But that would involve the other people in her office also going along with the story that never happened, which is also entirely possible. Or it could be that AOC knew the riots were going to happen, knew the breach was going to happen, and when the banging got to her door, she thought, oh, crap, is it now? Why would she fear and hide in her bathroom? Was she lying about hiding in her bathroom? If she wasn't, why was she hiding in her bathroom unless she knew the rioters were going to breach the Capitol a full hour before they actually did? The real reason? The cops were evacuating the building an hour early due to a credible threat. Strange is all I can say.
Yeah, very strange.
Speculate all you want.
Very strange.
Yahoo reports. Rep. Barry Loudermilk, chairman of the House Select J6 subcommittee, said this week his panel is focused on the number and role of paid informants present during the J6 demonstrations. Look at that. Demonstrations, they say. And whether intelligence from those sources was properly shared with law enforcement. Loudermilk further asked, but of these informants, if they were paid to inform, what information did the FBI actually get from them? How did they not know this was coming? If they had that many paid informants, I believe they did know it was coming. Separately, the Blaze reported on September 25th that, citing a senior congressional source, the FBI told Congress it had 275 plainclothes agents in the J6 crowds. The outlet wrote that, quote, depending on how one reads undercover agents versus plainclothes agents, both statements could be true, and did not publicly identify its source. A December 12th, 2024 press release from the DOJ about the FBI's handling of confidential sources stated we found no evidence in the materials we reviewed or the testimony we received showing or suggesting the FBI had undercover employees. Interesting. And that's because undercover and plainclothes means something else. I have a video for you that I want to play. John Strand posted this. Watch this video.
So,
Hold on.
are you?
Hold on. Go ahead.
The more shit that comes out about this whole everything that happened on January 6th, bruh, the more fucked up it's looking, bruh. Like,
Yeah, they planned it.
Like, bruh, like if this shit, if it comes out that this shit was basically like everything that happens on the Democrat side, a fucking hoax.
They're already dead as a party.
Yeah, charges need to be brought up, bro. I'm dead ass serious, bro.
Yeah, charges need to be brought up, and you know what they're gonna say on the left when charges are brought up, that they're targeting and that he's going against people that. Because when you think about it, if this happened at this time, remember Trump wasn't the president.
Yeah.
So that means it was under Democratic FBI, leadership. Shit was fucking playing. It was fucking playing.
Because the more and more and more you see this shit, bro, like the more and more I'm like, yeah, this shit.
Tried to set up Donald Trump. They tried to set him up.
Like, this shit is bad. I'm like, how?
Now you know why Nancy Pelosi did not dispatch the National Guard in the area at that time.
It's like, how do we come back from this shit as a country?
We coming back. Is how is the Democrats gonna come back as a party?
No, bro. Like you gotta understand, bro. Like Motherfuckers killed themselves because of this shit.
Yeah, they did.
Like, dudes, and that's why I was explaining to my homeboy. I was like, bruh, I was like, dude, you gotta understand, like, this shit was actually like fucking serious, bruh. And
Yeah, something like that hadn't happened in American history in a long time. When was the last time something like that happened on American soil, though? An insurrection.
Yeah, and you're talking about like motherfuckers lost their livelihoods over this shit. Not only lost their livelihoods, bruh, but people's children were affected, wives, families, all this shit was affected, bruh. And if it comes out, this shit was basically a Democratic hoax just for a Democratic hoax just to seize powers, bruh. I'm gonna be real with you, bruh. That's acts. That is acts of war. If we're like talking civil war, that's act of war.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is act of war, bruh, but it's act of war when it comes to, honestly, it's an act of war when it comes to Russia. Because Russia could say
Russia has something to do with it.
Yeah, well, not Russia has something to do with it. Is that Russia is a country that did get affected by this shit,
bruh. How about I put that video that Benny Johnson did on my Facebook page, and one of my high school friends that played football with me was actually there. He was actually there. He says, "I have firsthand knowledge of this being accurate and true, 100%." And I said, "Weren't you there?" And he loved my comment. And he said, "Not only was I out there, I was accompanied by 2 FBI agents and their wives, along with the parents of one of the wives. I know the real story. Sadly, for over 4 years, I've not been able to express my freedom of speech with these pictures for fear of the Democratic regime. And so I'm going to show you something, folks. Watch this. This is my friend that played ball with me in high school football. He was a receiver. His name's Jason Kresge. Look. Ain't that something?
A white guy?
Yeah, Jason Kresge.
Because he's white now, they're gonna be like, here's Sean again, cooning for the white man again.
He said he has not been able to express my freedom of speech with these pictures for fear of the Democratic regime. That's what it said.
Yep.
Y'all saw it. Y'all saw the pictures. I just put it up there.
And so
check this out. Look at this. Once again, proof that he was there. He posted that. I remember when he posted that on his page. Sure did. Mm-hmm.
Yep. 2020. I mean, 2025. Shit. Anybody who's seen Civil War coming on the bingo card? Anybody besides Max? Oh, okay, just me. All right.
So you think a Civil War is going to erupt? Another Civil War?
I don't know, bruh.
If it does, they are highly outnumbered.
I have fears that it will jump off, bruh, just because of the fact that there's so much shit that has happened, bruh, that these motherfuckers have done so much bullshit that there is at a point to where I don't know if we will ever be able to come back from it.
And they got right now on Fox, or I don't know when this aired today, it showed the surveillance video of ICE rushing to protect the detainees, ICE protecting detainees during the sniper attack. Because once again, folks, the sniper attack on the ICE agents was carried out by a leftist extremist.
No, it was part of the
Crockett stupid ass gets on TV and says maybe sniper wasn't aiming at ICE. Really? And the cases say anti-ICE, and the shit, and she goes on camera and says maybe they weren't targeting ICE. This is how blind the people that follow the Democratic Party are, because they're going to believe that crock of shit coming out of Jasmine Crock shit.
Jasmine Crock shit. Niggas gonna believe.
They're talking about it right now on Fox, man, about this sniper.
Niggas gonna believe whatever they gonna believe, bro. Is that a point to where the truth don't even matter no more, bro?
It don't.
It doesn't matter. It's sad to say that, but it's the fucking truth. The truth really doesn't matter, guys. What's the point? What's the point of any of this shit anymore? Because if you can't tell the truth, then what can you do? Oh, we just gonna have to start lying all the time now?
Yeah, the truth don't matter no more, it seems like.
You know how they say the truth shall set you free? Psst, that's a bullshit lie. You're a fool if you believe that shit too.
The truth will get you killed.
I guess that number one, I guess that what was on Gix Rich died trying when he said show no love, love will get you killed.
They got radicals in I don't know what city is in, but they're saying radicals were shouting shoot ICE.
Shit.
Protesters stormed the ICE truck.
I have friends who I care for dearly are literally saying, literally put a stupidest fucking decision, because I'm like, bruh, they're firing people for the consequences and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the smartest thing
guns that they ask they shoot
the smartest thing you're gonna think of is put a post out there that says fuck Charlie Kirk and all that shit. I don't care what happens. I'm like, nigga, you got children, bro.
Exactly. You might want to think. But once again, we've said before on this podcast, a lot of people out there don't think. Just like that chick that's in critical condition right now because she took Tylenol pills and now she's in liver failure and she's on a ventilator. She's on life support.
Or my favorite thing is the people. Did you hear about the? I think we did a live about this shit a long time ago when it happened. But there was a girl. She was reporting. She was having a street debate with a black woman. You know, two black women.
Yeah, she hit the girl.
Yeah, she attacked
and
her.
The DA was a leftist, and it ended up basically the chick did not.
He dropped the charges.
She dropped the charges.
He dropped the charges. Yeah.
Not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
There it is, right there. Y'all saw it. She was asking her questions, and she assaulted her in the street. That's felony assault. They dropped it down. They dropped it down to misdemeanor assault. And guess what? The woman that got assaulted, her husband was filming it. So not only was it firsthand eyewitness, it all was video documentation of the crime, and they still dropped the charges. Truth don't matter no more.
Everything was fine.
Black woman now. This is a black woman.
Black woman on black woman crime.
Where's the black women up in roar about this black woman who's attacked, and the government decides to drop the charges? They're
nowhere. They're not saying anything. I mean, you do have folks that are bullying the girl that did the assault online. You know, there's body shaming and all the other stuff, but she got away with it. If I was an old girl, I'd take it to civil court. Sue her for my damn medical bills and a little bit more. Slander, defamation. I take it to court for all that shit.
We were filming and then she just punched me in the face.
This is the chick that did the punching. This shit.
Really craving
victimhood.
And of my name, so I really have to mention
this is a freestyle.
Really, this your lane. You doing interviews, but trying to make people look insane while they're saying what they're saying. And really, I don't get it though. She said, where did it go wrong? but the girl antagonized me for like 20 minutes long.
Check this out now. So she's playing the victim, saying the girl antagonized her. It's a street interview, bitch. You could have kept walking. You could have kept walking.
Is antagonizing somebody a
crime?
Yeah.
No. Not that I
Now
know.
I know if you antagonize somebody and if you show a
Antagonize.
threat of violence, huh?
Antagonize.
Yeah, I said
You said
antagonize.
antagonize.
No, I said antagonize.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's on tape, nigga.
It could be on tape, nigga. I know what I said, god damn it, but antagonize. Bitch ass nigga. Anyway, yeah, I know if you like somebody fears a threat of violence from you, I know that's a crime, but
she was just interviewing her. She was just interviewing. She had a microphone. Are they gonna say the microphone was the weapon? I mean, she was just interviewing her. And guess what? This chick basically snitches on herself several times.
But what they say, black women keep black women single, and black women they're more danger to other black women than anything.
Well, I mean, you know,
And
the lesbian domestic violence rates are higher than anybody else, and also the lesbian marriage divorce rates higher than anything else too.
yeah, the funny thing is, you know, they talk all that shit about us black men, but I'm like, yo, we ain't out here sucker punching bitches, causing $3 million worth of medical debt, and get the fuck off.
3,000. She
Shit.
didn't have 3 million now. She had 3,000.
Yeah, my bad. 3,000. Yeah.
But watch your girl snitch on. Yeah, she snitches on herself. Watch this shit.
Standing strong, got my city here behind me, and all of a sudden she act like she was trying to find me. Once she got my act, the girl blocked me on all that, so I couldn't see the defamatory thing she's been saying behind my back. And yeah, it's really tragic. I'm really sorry.
Really tragic, and she was bleeding. It was really tragic for you. Whatever.
That I had to let her have it, but it really gets like that.
You heard her say I had to let her have it. Snitched.
In these New York streets, how dare you come around trying to rage bait me? You don't know me from a hole in the wall, trying to sit here and
you could tell this chick is a social media sheep. She using these social media terms like rage bait. Bitch, it's not rage baiting. She was fucking doing an interview. You got offended, you got in your feelings, and you struck out because a lot of these leftists or liberal people are emotionally charged by their own party, especially black people. They get y'all emotionally charged every election, getting you all hyped up and hoped up on what's going to come, and they give you what? They selling y'all straight wolf tickets. This is what they selling y'all.
What more do you want from me?
I'm gonna hit this.
That was a whole bar.
I am not with that shit. Hate it had to be you, but
all right, guys.
Man, shut your big ass up, nigga.
That went viral earlier this year, featuring Miss Savannah Craven, who is a pro-life.
We just digressed for a minute, y'all. We're gonna get back to the Timcast.
Right? She interviews people on the street, talk to them about subjects like abortion. Okay, and in this particular interview, featuring a large, grotesque black woman, the argument was about abortion, and the abortion argument got very heated, and the woman decided to punch.
Now I see why wear that cap like that. They got to receive
Savannah Craven in the face on camera. Okay, and that video went super duper viral. And we have to follow up on this story because it seems as if Miss Savannah Craven is not going to get justice thanks to a Democrat DA.
So after she does her testimony, we'll go back to the Timcast. She's going to tell you exactly what went on.
Who apparently is okay with conservative activists being punched in the face on camera. Okay, and I want to talk about it because in the immediate aftermath of this incident, the suspect, the assaulter, she tried to play the victim card, right? It was, oh, woe is me. I'm the real victim here because I rightfully got backlash for sucker punching a conservative activist, a pro-life activist in the face during an interview. Take a look.
The light that Savannah is shining me in is so false. I am so polite and friendly. I'm not volatile.
Your second chin ain't friendly.
It really takes a lot, you know, for anything like this to come out of me. I'm very upset that I allowed this woman to railroad me into becoming so angry. I would have declined speaking with her had she led with the interview's premise, or had I known that Savannah's entire rhetoric is to rage bait, infiltrate, and manipulate people that she invites on her platform to interview and then forces her ideologies down their throats. I'm sorry. I wrote something down just because I didn't want to miss any of these points, and I don't want my words or anything else to you know, just turn it to something else. Yeah, so she professionally rage baited me. Then, yeah, this video, as of now, has altered my life drastically. The internet is literally making me a political martyr.
Did she just say mortar? Like, bitch, you know what mortar is? Mortar is the shit you put between bricks to keep that solidifies like cement and keeps them together. You mean martyr, you dumb bitch.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Also, martyrs are killed, you dummy.
Savannah has controlled this narrative definitely for too long. People are calling me a leftist and a delusional Democrat. I am being cyberbullied and body shamed by not only Savannah, but her thousands of supporters.
Yeah. So once again, we have the same pattern of behavior from the same type of people. You see the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It is actually the assaulter, right? It's the criminal, okay? That is the real victim, okay? Not the woman that was punched in the face, that was sucker punched for simply giving an interview. No, she's not the real victim.
I wonder what the statute of limitations is on that shit. Let me digress. I want to find out what the statute of limitation is on assault. Three to 7 years. So if I were her, I'd bring that bitch back up. But if they can get somebody Republican DA, I'd bring that bitch up and take her back to court.
Okay, again, the assaulter is the real victim because she's rightfully getting backlash for sucker punching a woman in the face, right? To the point where she was bloody on the streets of New York. And unfortunately, that is part of the reason why it seems as if Miss Savannah Craven may not get justice for what happened to her on camera, okay? Because it seems as if woke DA Alvin Bragg has went out of his way to make sure that this case is not prosecuted, right? And that is why Miss Savannah Craven is speaking out, because it appears as if the charges against her assaulter have been dropped. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
On April 3rd, 2025, I, Savannah Craven Entau, was brutally assaulted in the streets of Harlem while conducting interviews on Planned Parenthood. The entire shocking interaction was caught on camera by my husband, leaving no doubt that the assailant, Breonna J. Rivers, was not only guilty of aggravated assault, but
y'all saw that pitch, man. Y'all saw that pitch, man.
Was caught on camera by my husband, leaving no doubt that the assailant, Breonna J.
Y'all see this down? Y'all see this down here, man? Let me get this banner out of the way. Y'all see this down here, man? Look at this motherfucker, dog. Oh my God.
Rivers was not only guilty of aggravated assault, but also exulting over her own vicious criminal act. Rivers was arrested and reportedly charged with felony assault. But after an interview with two prosecutors, I was informed that the felony had been downgraded to a misdemeanor, despite
downgraded to a misdemeanor from this felony assault, y'all.
Indisputable video evidence of brutal assault and battery.
Look at that.
Significant injury.
Y'all see that? That was her injuries.
Trauma and resulting in over $3,000 in medical bills. Over the next few weeks, the office of the New York District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, infamous for its two-tiered system of justice that favors criminals over victims, failed to pursue the case. On July 23rd, 2025, I find out the prosecution simply allowed this misdemeanor to be dismissed on speedy trial grounds, apparently due to the prosecution's failure to file a certificate of readiness.
Remember that.
I was never advised by the prosecution that my case had essentially been abandoned. As a matter of fact, the prosecutor assigned to handle my case isn't even admitted to the New York bar.
Y'all hear that? So the prosecution didn't file something or didn't inform her she needed to file something. And it's because the prosecution assigned someone that was not even a licensed attorney to the case. It was like an intern or like somebody that was not had got their license yet. So basically like, here goes this little bitty case you can do for your little internship or something. Ain't that some shit?
A law student, and so
A law student, yeah.
yeah. So basically, they probably could have passed the bar. They just don't have their accreditation. They don't have their accreditations yet.
So they gave him this little simple case, and it got dropped.
Just an
That's a damn
inexperienced law
shame,
school
bro.
graduate.
That's a shame. It's not justice.
Yet he was able to handle my case under a student practice rule, which is supposed to apply to only very minor offenses. Prior to the dismissal, the prosecutor...
Maybe that's why they made it a misdemeanor, so that he can handle the case. Notice she said you can only do it for minor cases. When you put it down from assault to a misdemeanor, it becomes a minor case.
failed to communicate with me and with my
Embarrassing.
lawyers. The failure to communicate continued after my lawyers intervened on my behalf to try and find out how this case could be dismissed. To this day, my lawyers and I have received zero reply, despite multiple text messages, emails, and phone calls. It is inconceivable that a violent assault case such as this, one that received widespread media attention, including that shocking video, would be put into the hands of somebody not even admitted to the New York bar, who then allowed for the case to be dismissed. It is hard to avoid the conclusion that this case was deliberately sabotaged. To this day, my assailant, Brianna J. Rivers, continues to show zero remorse and make jokes about her act of violence.
Now, if they pick this case back up and she finds a way to redo this case, that chick is done. That chick will never probably ever get another job ever because it will be bumped back up to felony. If you do that, that chick is done. She been on the internet talking all type of shit, snitching on herself, doing freestyle raps and shit, going after the people that's coming after her online about this chick. Boy, look here.
Toward me and other pro-lifers. I do not want clicks, fame, or sympathy for what happened to me. I want justice for the countless pro-life and conservative activists that go out and peacefully stand up for what they believe in. And justice for the thousands of preborn children who will be aborted today, tomorrow, and the next. No one on either side of the aisle should experience physical violence for using their First Amendment right. Shame on you, Alvin Bragg.
That shit's crazy, man. That shit is crazy. That makes no sense to me. It's a damn shame, dude. It's a damn shame, man. I don't get how that happened. I really don't get how that happened.
What he did, he looked at the evidence and probably looked at it all and told, and it was just like, man, she left this. Fuck that bitch. I mean, he was like, man, she Republican. Fuck that hoe.
But that don't explain why she didn't get no damn justice though. So you saying the Democratic, I guess, leaning student said, man, fuck this shit.
Yep. That's the only way. That's the only way I can explain that.
Only way you what?
That's the only way I can explain that.
Oh, okay.
Because what nigga in their right mind would do that?
Right.
Because I'm like, well, you can't sit here and say, you know, women are under attack. Then when a woman is attacked, you do nothing because of what, her political beliefs?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. That's crazy.
And this is not the first time this happened. It's not the second time. This is many accounts of this shit happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Sure
we
is.
have done, like, we've been doing this shit for not too long, but we've been doing this shit for a good while now to see this act has happened multiple fucking times before.
I'll
And
say
no
for the
one
last
does
5 to
anything.
7 years.
Mm-hmm. You said last 5-7 years? Oh, you just stopped.
No, and this is crazy. Somebody went on my Facebook page, went on Facebook and put this. There are a lot of black people who are friends with me on this app, and others that Harriet Tubman would have left behind. I'm sure, and one of them probably would have been your ass. Well, I
Well,
wouldn't have been.
they said they said that about you.
No. They put that on their They put that on their page.
Honestly,
TMZ got a post up. TMZ got a post up says Ray J claimed he's helping feds build RICO cases against Kim Kardashian. I don't know if that's true.
Of what? Was she got freak offs, nigga?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
You know, my father always used to tell me,
I have no idea.
very smart.
I don't have no idea, dog. But let's get back in this Timcast thing, man.
And that's because undercover in plain clothes means something else. I have a video for you that I want to play. John Strand posted this. Watch this video.
Do not go in there.
The radio journalist from Michigan was shooting video that day at the Capitol. What he captured were two, most charitably called, suspicious actors, but they are dressed in such a way that led him to believe that they were government agents. And one of them, after the windows had been broken by a protester, it was encouraging people to pull the rest of the glass out and go inside. Bobby Powell, who was the journalist that had shot it, and he has his camera rolling, he told him that would be illegal. And that wouldn't be a good idea. He warned people off not to go into that window. And then he turned his camera around and he caught this agent or suspicious actor pulling a large pane of glass out. It's tempered glass. It kind of folds into itself.
Look.
Onto the ground.
Mhm.
When he realized he was being filmed, he quickly dropped it. It seems apparent on the video that he did not want to be seen doing what he just did. So he pulled in a protester and started blaming him. So what are you doing breaking that window? The poor fellow that was being accused didn't know what was going on.
You hear? He said,
And
"Do not go in there," and
he
the
really
dude
good
pushed him
shots
back.
and cocked his arm like he was going to punch him. We don't know. His facial image is not on any of the Sedition Hunter sites or the FBI's most wanted site, but he clearly was committing criminal damage to property, and he has not been charged. So it, again, it raises a question of why.
Also, the individual trying to, again, opening the window up is even encouraging people to enter, I believe, as well.
Yes.
What's he saying?
Well, he said, why don't y'all open the rest of it up?
Interesting, huh? Now, this is just one example. I certainly could pull up many, many more examples. But how about we go to the New York Times? No, Ocasio-Cortez did not make up her experience during the Capitol riots. This story is from February 4th, 2021. You may remember my reporting from this because I was calling
Max,
out
what are you
conservatives.
doing, man? It sounds like you're devouring a fucking sandwich or something.
No, I was actually trying to fix my wire, and I thought I have my phone muted. My bad.
It's all good, man. I was just wondering.
They were saying, how could she have possibly been scared? She wasn't in the Capitol. The New York Times responded with this. Since Rep. AOC, the New York Democrat, took to Instagram Live on Monday to describe what the J6 riot was like from inside the Capitol complex, critics have claimed that she wasn't where she said she was, or she couldn't have experienced what she described from her location. These claims are false. This is not news reporting. This is a lie. Outright saying the claims are false. This is really weird to me. I'm done playing these games. I am not giving the benefit of the doubt. The fact that the entirety of the corporate press apparatus came to her defense to back up this story, which could not possibly be true, I think AOC had foreknowledge. I will say it again. If this only, look, I think a reasonable person looking from the outside might say AOC just fabricated a story. Then why did all of the apparatus come out and say her story is correct? Let me read. Well, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez was not in the main domed Capitol building when the rioters breached it. She never said she was. She accurately described being in the Cannon House office building, which is part of the Capitol complex and is connected to the main building by tunnels. In her live stream, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez recalled hiding in a bathroom and thinking she was going to die as unknown people entered her office and shouted, "Where is she?" They turned out to be Capitol police officers who had not clearly identified themselves. And Ms. Ocasio-Cortez said so on Instagram. She did not claim that they were rioters, only that from her hiding spot, she initially thought they were. Why? There was no riot. I don't understand. During the riot, reporters wrote on Twitter that the Cannon building was being evacuated because of credible threats, and that Capitol police officers were running through the hallways and entering offices, just as Ms. Ocasio-Cortez described. These false claims about her statements have spread widely online. Much of the backlash stemming from an article on the conservative Red State blog and a live stream from right-wing commentator Steven Crowder. On Thursday, Rep. Nancy Mace tweeted, "I'm 2 doors down for AOC and no insurrectionist stormed our hallway." But Ms. Ocasio-Cortez never said insurrectionists had stormed her hallway, and Ms. Mace herself has described being frightened enough to barricade her own door. A spokeswoman for Ms. Mace said on Friday that the Congresswoman's tweet had been intended as an indictment of the media for reporting that there were insurrectionists in our hallway when in fact there were not, and that it was not at all directed at Ocasio-Cortez. As the Capitol complex was stormed and people were being killed, none of us knew in the moment what areas were compromised, AOC tweeted. She is lying. This is just insane. Others have corroborated Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's account and confirmed the Cannon building was threatened, even though the rioters did not ultimately breach it. The New York Times is lying. All of the press that wrote this up, they're all lying. And oh boy, am I going to prove it. AOC's website, fact check, Associated Press. Ocasio-Cortez never claimed she was in the main Capitol building, nor did she claim she was face-to-face with a mob of violent rioters. In an Instagram live video about the riots, she explained that she was in her office in a neighboring building in the Capitol complex when she experienced a frightening encounter with a Capitol police officer who said didn't announce herself. For all you know, there's a Capitol Hill for you all know, there's the Capitol Hill complex. But members of Congress, the Speaker and other very high-ranking ones, don't actually work in the building with the dome. There's buildings like right next to the dome, and that's where our actual offices are. Ocasio-Cortez's office is across the street from the main Capitol building in the Cannon office building, which AP reporters on the scene confirmed was evacuated during the riots. The Cannon building is also connected to the Capitol building by a series of tunnels, which allow members of Congress to travel between buildings underground. Those tunnels were mentioned in some earlier communications between militia members charged in the insurrection, suggesting rioters plan to use them to attack members of Congress. Let me see if I have this right here. Let me pull this in. 12:49 p.m. Capitol Police respond to a report of a possible explosive device at the Republican National Committee headquarters, which is later identified as a pipe bomb. A second pipe bomb at the headquarters of the DNC would be found at 1:07 p.m. Buildings next to these headquarters are evacuated. Authorities later described the pipe bombs as viable, but they were never detonated. At this time, 12:49, between 12:49 and 1:07 is when Capitol Police evacuated the Cannon building. AOC was evacuated. The police came and knocked on her door because they found a bomb. At 12:52 p.m., some Oath Keepers leave the ellipse. Rioters overwhelm. Now, hold on just a minute. This is important. I think all the context is clear. The outer police perimeter. So let me just stress. It's important to understand all of this is happening at once. While the police have identified what appears to be pipe bombs at the DNC and the RNC is around the time, for the first time, J6ers actually entered the Capitol grass area, not the building. Let's scroll down. I believe the breach of the building, I got to scroll way down. This is pretty crazy. I believe it was around, 2 o'clock? So let's see. 2 p.m., the mob removes the last barrier protecting the east side of the Capitol. The White House switchboard connects Giuliani for 8 minutes. Kevin Greeson, blah, blah, blah. At 2:06 p.m., rioters breach the new police line on the outside. Whoa, 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 whoa. An hour
Hear this right.
after the evacuations, because AOC told the story about
He's saying that they didn't even breach the lines to even enter the Capitol building until an hour after the evacuations. Y'all notice the timeline? Pay attention.
how she was like ordering lunch and stuff. An hour later, they had just breached outside. At 2:06, they go upstairs to the Columbus stores. So wait, hold on. The mob removes the last barrier. At 1:59, the first reports that rioters had breached the Capitol doors and windows and were trying to break in. 1:59 is the first report of them trying to break in, and around 2:06 is when they did. By all means, I could be totally wrong about this because it's been several years, but I fact-checked this and ran the timeline when it happened, and I will say it again. None of this makes sense, that the media all rushed out to defend her claims that she thought rioters were at her door, despite it being an hour before the rioters even breached the final perimeter. I'll say it again. The security threat, which prompted the evacuations, was 12. Where is it even? 12:49. 12:49. I don't know. So you tell me.
I'm not getting it either.
Did AOC just make the story up later? Maybe. But then why would she be hiding in her bathroom? Did she lie about hiding in her bathroom? Yeah, maybe. So there's a couple of different ways we can look at this. You pick, because I'm not playing stupid games. I'm not. I don't know. AOC says she's in her office. She hears banging on her door. She goes and hides in the bathroom. Someone comes in saying, "Where is she? Where is she?" I'm imitating AOC and how she described it. I don't know why Capitol Police would do that. Maybe an officer came in and said, "Where is she? Where is she? She's hiding in the bathroom." Why? Why is she hiding in the bathroom? Unless she knew the rioters were going to breach the Capitol, but she didn't know when. They evacuated those buildings an hour before they got breached. That's why members of Congress were not there. Weird. Right? Maybe she never actually hid in her bathroom. Maybe the cop never actually said, "Where is she?" Maybe she made all that up. Okay. The whole story was fake. Maybe she did hide in her bathroom. Maybe she was scared the rioters had got there. If that's true, how did she know that the rioters were going to break into the building at all? You want to come to me and say, "Well, Tim,
Seems very suspicious.
there were a lot of people outside, and
I
about
think you're
10 or
still on
15
mute,
minutes after
Max.
they find these bombs and issue the credible threat warning,
I know.
these people breached the outer perimeter of the Capitol grounds." I'm sorry. Hindsight is 2020. People are going to say it's possible that AOC saw the rioters outside and feared they could break into the Capitol, but that is bull. I'm sorry. If anyone actually believed that there was going to be a breach of the Capitol grounds, there would have been more police. I don't understand why anyone would assume it's reasonable that AOC, who does not work in security, had fears and reason to believe a rider breach when the police even did not. And I will stress, when AOC is in her office and there is no riot, there's just big protests, what would give her grounds to suspect they'd break in and she'd have to go hide in the bathroom? I don't think that story makes sense. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say the most likely scenarios I've maintained for most part is probably that she's just lying. She made the story up after the fact. It never happened, and she's just trying to make money off stupid people. It's up to you to decide, I guess. Have fun. I'll leave it there. Smash the like button, share the show. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all next time.
Wow. Absolute wow. If you're trying to talk, you're on
That's
mute.
crazy. No, it's crazy. No, I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to talk. That's crazy.
That
as hell.
it is wild, y'all. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know what we're gonna do about this.
I don't know either, because I'm gonna be real with you, bruh. If this shit is true, bruh, dog, I'm gonna be real with you, bruh. As a person who knew a guy who got locked up because he was just there. Like, a lot of people don't understand what happened. They literally got treated like domestic terrorists. They were treated like domestic terrorists, bro.
Oh, I know.
And if this is absolutely true, bro, that is about to be a hard pill for niggas to swallow, bro.
Hard pill for Democrats to swallow.
No, it's gonna be a hard pill for Republicans to swallow, bro, because this might be like, dog, you're talking about, you gotta understand, people lost their livelihoods because of January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Not only people lost their livelihoods, people lost time with their fucking families, bro.
They did. But why would you
Niggas-
say this is a hard pill for the Republicans to swallow? Why would you say that?
Because you gotta do something after this now.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen after this? Because the Democrats, they're gonna back down on the same bullshit. They're just gonna double down.
Yeah. They're going to say that they're coming after them as political damn, targeting and revenge and all this other bullshit. Even though the damn facts are going to be staring everybody in the face. Truth is going away. People, how are you going to believe something if how can we believe truth anymore?
Wow, dog. I literally said January 6th was the setup to my homeboy yesterday, bro. And this information comes out today.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Look at this shit. This is, let me show y'all, let me let y'all see this. This is something that liberals got to fucking just be aware of. Look at this shit right here real quick. This black man, this MAGA man, said this shit. If I can get this shit to come off a damn mute. Okay, here we go. See if it'll do it now.
This man dropped a nuke on the Democratic Party.
You hate white men unless they're gay. You love black people unless they're conservative. You're for illegal immigration as long as they don't come into your home. You want to ban guns, but you want the government to still have theirs. You hate capitalism, but you expect these corporations to change their logo to describe them. You hated slavery, so you hate the party that was formed to abolish the slaves. You hated slavery, but you align with the party that was for keeping slaves. You don't recognize two genders unless you're talking about their hormones. You hate American values, but yet you want to still live here. You say black people can't be racist, but Candace Owens, Thomas Sowell, and Larry Elder are white supremacists. You want to ban guns to save children, but keep abortion to murder them.
That is the Democratic Party in a nutshell. Let's look what's going on with this real quick. This is they say Chicago is going into anarchy, and Brandon Johnson is losing control. We're covering a lot of topics today, folks.
Brandon Johnson ain't shit.
No, he ain't shit.
Aliens to take root in our communities. This after overnight chaos where a protester near the Immigration Processing Center made contact with a vehicle. Now, this is cell phone video we received from a witness showing a man on a pickup truck's hood. The vehicle then drives away and the man falls off.
Tensions spike as anti-ICE demonstrators come face-to-face with federal agents. Heated protesters try to block a federal immigration SUV as they hit the hood and yell at the driver.
This administration is only committed
to intimidating people and working to strike fear into the hearts, into the minds of the people of this city.
Shut up, nigga.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, today we're going to be talking about ground tests. I guess the city of Chicago and the state of Texas are like both ground zeros. But as it relates to the protest, Chicago definitely is ground zero, y'all. There is a facility called Broadview where there's people who just descend on Broadview. Sometimes it's a few dozen, sometimes it's up to 100 or more, and they're protesting. I don't know what they're protesting. That's the thing. I really don't know what they're protesting. You're going to see today that the protesters are just going to use vague catchphrases like protecting democracy and due process.
They're using the same signs. This has already been seen in different protests. They're using the same fucking signs. The signs actually even have the same fonts and shit on them. Yeah, different protests. The shit looks crazy and rigged and set up. But they're being supplied with their supplies for the protests.
No, what they're out there protesting, except maybe they just don't like the fact that there are immigration laws in the country and that people are tasked with enforcing them. So you have people jumping up on immigration vehicles, confronting, scuffling. You have immigration officials shooting pepper balls at the protesters, and basically just overall mayhem that's happening. And in the midst of it all, you have your boy, the illustrious sub. There he is. Look at him. He popped on the screen right on cue.
Mayor
The
Mohawk.
illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. He's gonna chime in with his timeless mayorally. Mayoral? Okay, that's the word. His timeless mayoral wisdom. So we have to hear from your boy. So y'all, without further ado,
Mayor
let's just go ahead
Mohawk.
and hop right into this chaos. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not gonna make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com, or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If
the ICE immigration processing facility here in Broadview. Take a look. Here's what Chief Michael Banks just posted on X, sharing a video of him speaking with someone with a microphone and another video showing troops in full uniform early this morning, the timestamp just before 3 a.m. Chief Banks didn't say where they were headed, but he did say, quote, "We will not allow criminal aliens to take root in our communities." This after overnight chaos where a protester near the Immigration Processing Center made contact with a vehicle, according to the Village of Broadview. A Broadview spokesperson says they are, quote, "treating this incident as we would any other traffic accident where a pedestrian was struck." Now, this is cell phone video we received from a witness showing a man on a pickup truck's hood. The vehicle then drives away and the man falls off. It's unclear what happened before the recording starts. The victim was taken to Loyola Hospital and is expected to be okay. Jose Osegueda tells us he was walking to a gas station when he says the truck drove up onto the sidewalk and hit his friend.
And as we were walking, we hear a car coming. One of my friends is like, watch out. So we looked and he just ran over my friend.
Now, this fencing you see behind me that was put up by federal authorities has remained a point of contention. The Broadview Fire Department has demanded that ICE remove the fence, saying it could hamper their emergency response. We have reached out to ICE in response to those demands and have not yet heard back.
So there you saw a protester that was hit by the truck or jumped up on the truck. Who knows these days, y'all? But you're gonna see soon, y'all. The Johnson. Let's hear what he has to say about this.
Hi, Mayor. ICE was seen floating down the Chicago River downtown today with several officers armed as well. Curious, obviously you've been in a meeting all day, but what does the administration know of that operation, if anything? And is there concern that will be a regular appearance as the...
Isn't me or he look like a scared little boy? Look at him.
Yeah, I can't look at it right now.
Oh, but everybody in the audience. He looks like a scared little boy. I want to before I finish this video, I want to show y'all something. This is this dude's approval rating. Now, before I show you this approval rating, it is the lowest in the history of America, of Chicago. Okay? The lowest. This man got a 6% mayoral approval rating. According to a recent poll by M3 Strategies, marking the lowest approval rating of any mayor in history. Another poll from the same organization indicated a slightly higher rating of 6.6.
Let's go.
This dude is sub 10 approval rating, y'all. Sub 10. This dude is a joke.
So you've been
Goddamn disgrace
What is the
to all our elders. Goddamn disgrace, bro.
And you got folk out there that's, you know, he got his own people shouting to goddamn have his ass ousted. Black
The fucking
people.
crazy shit is that one day you black nigglets gonna wake up and wonder where the hell happened to all of our black leaders. Why?
They've been set
Why
up.
whenever a black leader runs, no one wants to vote for him? And this is the reason why.
Because you got stupid ones like this that came before them that didn't do their due diligence and do what they supposed to do for the people. Chicago ain't safe. Talking about some of the crime rates falling 26%. 26% crime rate falling in Chicago is still above the national average.
Shit.
So if you
how much above the national average? How much?
Didn't we look that up the other day? It was like, hold on. They're above the national average. Hold on. Compare Chicago's. All right, so Chicago's crime rate, so y'all don't think I'm fucking lying. So people don't think I'm lying.
That nigga lying, don't believe him.
Chicago's crime rate is significantly higher. Significantly higher than the national average. Here's a comparison of Chicago's crime rates to the national average. Violent crime. Chicago's violent crime rate is 46% higher than the national average, with a total of 46%
higher than the national average.
That's violent crime. 14,321 violent crimes reported. Property crime. Chicago's property crime rate is 60.3% higher than the national average, with 83,090 property crimes reported. And if you guys want to know the sources, that's from Neighborhood Scout. The first one I gave y'all, all those are Neighborhood Scout. Murder. Chicago has one of the highest murder rates in the nation, with 604 murders reported, equating to 23 murders per 100,000 people. Vehicle theft. Chicago has one of the highest vehicle theft rates in the country, with 21,191 vehicle thefts reported, equating to 799 stolen vehicles per 100,000 people.
Wow. That is fucking ridiculous.
Yep. But their crime rate is 20%. Their crime is 20%, 26% decrease.
Here's the funny shit. If you look at some of the, you can't now. This is a black mayor now. He talks about how much he loves black people, but he doesn't do shit about the crime rate that affects black people probably the most. But he doesn't do shit about it. You're a fucking clown, Brandon Johnson, nigga.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Get out of here, Brandon Johnson. Let's proceed.
Brandon Johnson, coon, you call niggas like me coons, but hold on. They call niggas like me coons, guys. They call brothers like me coons. But I actually have a plan to help the black community out. What are these niggas' plans? How can they help the black people that they claim they love so fucking much?
He ain't helping shit, and he's in the position to help. What's that shit about systemic racism? You gotta have power in order to fight it. We got 600 black mayors in America. 20% of the top 20 cities in the country have black mayors, and we have a population that is only 12.1 to 14% of this nation.
But the systemic racism, Donald Trump, he doesn't like black people like me. That's how Mayor Mohawk talks.
Yeah, I know. I can tell that was him.
The black man is one of the most harmless men in this world. And Donald Trump doesn't want to do anything to help the black man. I'm like, shut your bitch ass.
Hey, did you know he lied at a rally once, not too long ago. He said, for the slaves that built this land. Now he's talking about Chicago now. Now, if you look at the history of Chicago, Chicago wasn't built by slaves. Chicago was built by immigrants, mostly Irish immigrants.
Yeah. Irish.
And so he
Italian.
had them all, the Italian immigrants. Why y'all think the mob was in Chicago? They fucking built that bitch. So basically, he got on the stage and was riling up, getting y'all plantation-minded ass niggas emotionally charged, saying that Chicago was built by slaves and talking about Martin Luther King and all this stuff. They know how to rile y'all up, and y'all fall for it every fucking time. Every time.
Of that operation.
Oh my God, Sean.
Is there concern that
what?
I just finished fixing my inverter to my truck, bruh. Nigga, I just got my ass whooped by mosquitoes, bruh. Oh my God. Fuck what? Andy, these are these. So I explained to y'all real quick before he gets back why out west, some places out west have some of the worst, mosquito problems. It's because these niggas will light your ass up. It's because everything freezes over here, right? And so sometimes what happens is, like, when the mosquito is supposed to kill the mosquitoes, right? Well, sometimes what happens is it gets a little warm, and so the mosquitoes they kind of stay dormant underneath all the ice and the landing shit. And if it doesn't get cold enough, these motherfuckers come back the next summer full with vengeance, nigga. Oh my God, I got my ass chewed up.
You saying the mosquitoes is getting vengeance on people, man?
Man, nigga. Sucking worse than my ex, boy. God, nigga, when I say these motherfuckers tore my ass up.
Yeah,
I'm over here like the mask are not gonna bite me no more. Bitch ass mosquitoes.
All right, let's get back to this shit, man.
will be a regular appearance as the federal government continues their immigration mission in Chicago?
Well, look, the federal government is not communicating with me or our police department, and this is the problem that we have expressed from the very beginning, as this president has moved to, quite frankly, behave such in an abrupt way that I don't really see how this is helping anyone, anywhere. Do not know what they're up to. And, I think the last part that I can just indicate, it's just further proof that this administration is only committed to intimidating people and working to strike fear into the hearts, into the minds of the people of this city. We're going to continue to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. As difficult as this moment has been, we have not wavered in our commitment and support.
What Hispanic Heritage Month got to do with this fucking crime and this these immigrants?
I was confused, bro. I was hoping maybe you must have seen, understood what the fuck he's talking about.
He's trying to get people emotional up and bring up the race card again. That's all it is. It's the same damn game plan that these Democrats do. It's the fucking race card. That's what it is. It's
getting people emotionalized. It's sickening. And they say that Republicans are racist. Y'all the racist ones.
For our immigrant communities.
So the clashes are continuing. You have people who are putting their lives and their bodies on the line to stop the ICE trucks from moving in and out. Again, why are they doing this? Like, what is their actual like if they had to verbalize in a logical and coherent, consistent manner their gripe, what would it be? Who knows? Stop tearing families apart is what they want. They want families to not be torn apart, I think, or something like that, y'all. Anyway, let's take a look.
Yeah, Terrell and Tani, that's exactly right. We're at the intersection of 25th and Harvard here in Broadview. What you're taking a live look at right now is essentially a standoff between these federal immigration agents and demonstrators who've been here since 5 o'clock in the morning. Really quickly, just to paint you a picture as to what's happened.
What are the jobs these people do? That's another thing I've always wondered, man, about protesting, which leads me to want to believe the whole thing about people paying protesters. These motherfuckers don't have no job being there 5 o'clock in the morning, protesting all day. Where is your job? Do you work? How are you able to take time off from work and do all this protesting? They probably getting paid by somebody. This is ridiculous. We lost Max.
Demonstrators were farther down this road right here, but have essentially been pushed back by federal agents. These agents have deployed a series of chemical agents to essentially push back the demonstrators to where they are right now, obviously leading to very tense moments today.
I believe that we will win. Tensions spike as anti-ICE demonstrators come face to face with federal agents. Heated protesters try to block a federal immigration SUV as they hit the hood and yell at the driver, trying to reach the Broadview ICE processing facility. The SUV not stopping as emotions among demonstrators reach a boiling point after weeks of protests here.
This is not the type of action our law enforcement agencies, whether local or federal, should be conducting on U.S. soil.
Army veteran Roger Lonergan has demonstrated here for weeks. Lonergan says he's serving his country once again, not in the military, but alongside these protesters.
This is...
Dude said he's been serving there for weeks. What job do you have? Y'all heard it earlier. That was at 5 a.m. in the morning. What job allows you to take off as much time as a few weeks to go and protest? Are y'all taking leave of absences? Whatever job you're working at, are they getting any work done? Any productivity? I've always wondered this about these protests. What jobs do y'all have that you can take time off and protest? He's not a college student. You see gray in his beard. He's got to have a job. Or they getting paid.
You hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah, or they getting paid.
No, they're getting paid.
Yep.
Like, don't get excuse me. Don't get it twisted, y'all. These NGOs have been stacking up money for years. They have money for a while. They don't got more funding now, but they have enough money to last them for a while.
They got to probably pick and choose where they protest and how much money they got it, because they ain't got much money coming back in no more. So they got to budget that damn protest money.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I heard these niggas be making good money, bro. Shit, I'll go out there and protest.
$500-600 a day.
I'll be out there protesting.
I think I saw something. I think I saw something about someone making $500-600 a day.
Shit. No
I'm a
offense.
respiratory therapist. I don't make $500 a shift.
My black ass would get up here and bullshit shit.
And I make 90-some thousand. I make over $90-some thousand a year just on one job. So for them to make over $500-something a day, they're making some good money.
Nigga, I go out there and say fuck the Republican Party too, and come up here and saying all this bullshit. I'll be capping for those niggas and keep it real with y'all.
Mm-hmm. Y'all don't think people
like
doing it?
in the daytime, I'd be like, man, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. and the Republicans, nigga. Then you see me out here, you see me over here. Yeah, the Democrat Party ain't shit.
Hey, it may be going on. It may be going on, dog. Hey,
really what standing up for democracy looks like.
We live in a fucking republic.
Putting on uniforms and going overseas.
Near the intersection of South 25th Avenue and Harvard, demonstrators could be seen gathering down the street near gates leading to the Broadview facility. At some point, a chemical gas was deployed among the crowd to disperse the protesters.
There are people that know they're there, that want to fight for due process, and that think this is wrong, and a lot of illegal actions and unknown conditions inside.
Federal agents installed tall gates on Beach Street to block demonstrators from reaching the entrance. Today's demonstration comes 1 week after protesters and federal agents clashed literally right outside the immigration.
Hey, folks, so like he was yelling earlier, we live in a republic. Do yourselves a favor, please, as citizens of the United States. Read the Constitution, read the Bill of Rights, and read the Declaration of Independence, please.
And to you jackasses out there, we live in a constitutional republic.
And it says that in the Constitution.
So
it says in the Pledge of Allegiance. It says in the Pledge of Allegiance. And to this republic for which it stands,
one nigglets under God.
We just have to be a republic that. Okay, look, we'll make it. Okay, check this out. Let me do this real quick.
So what we have is we have a constitutional republic with democratic tendencies.
All right, here we go. Co-pilot AI. The United States is a federal republic composed of 50 states and federal districts. It operates on a democratic system of governance characterized by representative democracy and the rule of law. The U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1788, outlines the structure of the government and the rights of citizens, making it a democratic republic. Additionally, the U.S. is known for its cultural diversity and significant global influence.
So, all right. So, pause real quick. Now, the reason why it's a constitutional republic and we have democratic tendencies, and so the reason why it's like example, you have some states like example Texas. Texas is a constitutional republic state. You got places like Pennsylvania, Virginia, they're a commonwealth. And so you have like places like Nebraska. Nebraska is God damn, I forgot what type of state Nebraska is. I be in this bitch all the time too. I forgot. It's like Nebraska kind of like has like the governor is kind of like he plays the role as like a CEO. If that makes any
well, you know, they have some counties that do that. Some counties do that, like DeKalb County got a CEO.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like how places like Nebraska. Anybody from Nebraska, please correct me because I forgot a while ago because I remember I was talking about me and my homie was talking about this shit. And so, because Georgia is a what?
I can't remember, but it says Nebraska is a Republican democracy. Modeled after the federal government of the United States. The state government has 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. Okay, so state of Georgia. State of Georgia.
California is a goddamn straight democracy. I don't even know that shit. I don't even know that was even true. But goddamn it, how sorry their fucking laws are. Shit, prove me wrong, damn it. Prove me wrong, California.
They call Georgia a province. Hold on. Let's see what else it says. One moment, folks.
N-I-G, G-A-Z is the niggas family.
Government of Georgia is carried out under a semi-presidential representative democracy. The country held its first democratic republic elections in 1990. Beginning in 2007, politicians here have been debating whether or not to change the government framework for a constitutional monarchy. Currently, the country is headed by the president and prime minister. No, that's Georgia, the freaking nation. Dumbass. See, that's why. What type of government is? Hold on. I forgot there is a country named Georgia. So you got to be specific. State government of Georgia is the U.S. state governmental body established by the Georgia State Constitution. It is a Republican form of government with three branches: the legislative, executive, and judiciary, through a system of separation of power. So just like Nebraska.
Okay, so yeah. So you see how different places around the United States works differently?
So you got to bring them all up under one document, which is the Constitution.
Yeah, and so that's the reason why when I was like COVID, I wish Donald Trump could have showed he was a dictator and could have everybody stayed open and we just be herd immune in this bitch. We differently in the United States. So we would have said, fuck all the other countries. Like,
herd
y'all
immunity.
niggas don't got freedoms.
There's so many
herd
people
immunity.
still wearing fucking masks that gets on my fucking nerves. And I know some of them are immunocompromised, but I see young people with masks on, and I'm like, you do realize you're hurting yourself more than you helping yourself.
So here's I explained it to you why it's like that. During COVID, and this is where I kind of judge myself too, but during COVID, you had when everything was happening, I was over the road and I didn't watch the news and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Then I start seeing people just start wearing masks and all that shit. Then I went to a store and it was just like, hey, you can't come in here without a mask. And I was just like, oh, okay, I am so sorry. Now, not knowing what happened, what was going on, why people put their mask on, I just, like the sheep that I was, I put the mask on.
Right.
Did not, no pushback, none of that shit. I was like, well, I'm gonna put this pussy ass mask on, to appease these folks. And it was, yes. Fuck you two people who's listening. It was sheepish. Yeah, I know that.
Very sheepish.
But people.
I stopped wearing my mask at one point. I was like, man, I'm not wearing this bitch.
So people put the mask on just to not look, not to be single out from the crowd. And yeah. That's the reason why people put a lot of people put their mask on. And that's the reason why I put my mask on. So people who still got their mask on, they're letting you know, oh yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Motherfuckers some sheep, dude.
Yeah, Donald Trump ain't shit. Yeah, he ain't shit. Yeah.
Facility. Back here live in Broadview, while that package was airing, there was a red federal immigration SUV that just pulled into this driveway right here. These demonstrators surrounded it, yelling expletives. They've also been yelling at local law enforcement here as well this morning. Now, we did reach out to ICE officials for comment on what's happening right now, but we just have not yet heard back. We also know that one person was detained, one demonstrator was arrested during this protest earlier this morning.
So ICE, they've been trying to respond any way they can with less than lethal force, as they should. So they've been taking to just shooting people with pepper balls and pepper pellets and that sort of thing. So that is where this whole thing has devolved into kind of a low-level conflict battle. Evolved. Protesters obstructing ICE and overall just trying to put their bodies on the line, and then ICE shooting at them with pepper balls.
And with developing news, 2 people have been detained during protests just this morning outside of the ICE facility in Broadview. Darius Johnson, live for us there, where pepper balls have been shot at protesters several times. Darius, you are in your protective gear. What's happened within just the last hour?
Hey there, Marie. Good morning to you. Within the last hour, we saw 2 protesters who were detained. Those protesters were part of that.
So he's wearing this because he's in the press, and that pepper spray and all that shit will get in your eyes. So that's why he's wearing the mask and the goggles.
25th Avenue protest that's taking
Hold on. Hold on.
That shit lingers too. That shit lingers like a
No,
boogie.
no, that's bullshit. Don't you believe that shit? You wanna know why?
Shit. I done had
You
that
wanna
shit
know?
sprayed on me before.
I had it too. You know, you wanna know what? You know what he
What?
could done? Go
Not
up
be
when.
there. Go up when. Yeah, he could go up when. Yeah, of course.
He
But
don't need
you
no
know, some
fucking
folks don't damn realize that. You know, he may
they're
not even
doing
be
that.
smart enough to do
He's
that.
doing that for dramatic effect. That's why. He's
Oh, of
doing that for
course, of
dramatic
course.
effect.
Oh, of course.
He's not doing that. He's not doing that because, oh my God, the people. Oh my God. No,
Yeah,
he's not
it's
doing
not
that for
still
that.
lingering in the air where he's at now. No, of course not. He's doing
And
that for
so
straight up
it's
dramatic.
like if you ever see that one, it was a weather guy, and it was like supposed to be a hurricane, and he was playing he was trying to do an effect like it's blowing him over, and he's just like, it is crazy, you know, and acting like the wind is blowing him over, to find out that there was a motherfucking couple was walking right behind him, looking at him like he was a fucking weirdo.
Wow. Hey, I gotta let this play. I gotta go take a
Yeah. Go
pit
ahead, do what
stop.
you gotta do.
Vehicles. They were then brought here to the ICE processing facility, and we saw them being taken through the gates. At the exact same time, there is a lot of tear gas, CS gas, and rubber bullets that are being deployed. That CS gas is meant to impact your breathing and a lot of other things, making it hard for protesters to continue. What we have been seeing right here, now that fencing is up, whenever protesters touch the fence, that's when they are being hit with those chemical agents by the agents who are on the roof. We've even seen one protester who is continuously showing his backside, mooning the agents, and then being hit with pepper balls at that point. Take a look at this video that we've gathered from the ground here. This is the scene outside the ICE processing facility here on Beach Street. And since Tuesday, ICE agents installed this new fencing, which Broadview officials have been calling for it to come down. That new fencing is now preventing any protesters from blocking any vehicles to get through the gates. That is exactly what has caused many of those tensions, those heated moments, the escalations that we've seen every Friday for the past couple of weeks, when it leads to those chemical agents being deployed. Now, we just learned from DHS since September 19th that a total of 17 people have been arrested for protesting here in Broadview. Now take a look at our video from the chopper that we've been able to gather. This is that other protest taking place on 25th Avenue. These are the protesters who are essentially trying to stop any ICE vehicles from moving in or out of the facility with detainees. That's where a lot of the clashes are taking place today. In the last couple of hours, we were able to speak to one woman and her sister who were both here protesting this morning for the very first time, and they did not expect to come express their First Amendment rights and get close to the gates before ICE agents started deploying pepper balls at them for what they say was absolutely nothing.
We were all standing behind the gates and just with our signs up and chanting, very peaceful. And they just started firing. They were on the roof. They were the sharpshooters that are up there. There's 2 people up there, and they just started shooting at us, like for no reason at all.
So the battles do continue. I'm sure we will see many, many more stories of this. So what we're gonna do, y'all, let's go ahead and ask the question of the day. What happens next? I mean, the protesters have not been able to mobilize tens of thousands of people. ICE continues to move and do what they have to do. The big beautiful bill just gave ICE a huge budgetary increase for immigration services in general. They're going to be able to hire thousands and thousands and thousands more people. They're going to be able to get new equipment. They're going to be so funded. They're going to be better funded than armies, seriously, than armies in other countries. So I don't think that these protests, though they might be annoying, I don't think they're enough to stop anything. They're enough to get some headlines and to get some images on the news, but they're not really enough to stop anything. So what do you think? Will the protests swell? Will there be a mass movement, or will they peter out, or will they just continue to be pesky little people who are exercising their First Amendment rights, and kudos to them, but not really able to change anything? Let me know down in the comments, y'all. But before you do, please stop, hit
So that's what's going on in Chicago, folks. Craziness. Oh, you know what I wanted to show y'all? This is see if I can find this video. So y'all saw what happened probably earlier this week, right? When Trump basically tweeted out that we should not be taking Tylenol if you are a woman that is pregnant. Remember that, right? Well, unfortunately, you have stupid ass people who hate Trump so fucking much that they would rather put themselves.
Oh God, hold on. I gotta breathe.
They'd rather put themselves in harm's way to prove their point in their narrative. Okay. So basically, there's this chick, or there's this report that this person took too much Tylenol, and now they're fighting for their life. They did a TikTok and everything, and they sitting there, you know, dancing and whatnot. Where's this shit at? Hold on. Here we go. Let's see if I can find this shit. Back to Tim Cash. This is not where I saw the first time, but look at this shit here, y'all.
Absolutely crazy. And I got to be honest, I don't know that I believe it because, well, just because some lady went on the internet, made a video.
Y'all see this? Pregnant liberal woman suffers fatal Tylenol overdose after trying to prove Trump wrong. Now allegedly on ventilator fighting for her life. What's crazy is Trump was going on the Harvard studies. You know, aren't these the same people? Let's trust Fauci. Let's trust the science. And now the science is there and you don't want to trust it, and your ass on the ventilator.
Video and said it happened. Doesn't mean
You know, so you gotta I'm Fauci. So when you take the when you get the mask, you gotta be careful what the water droplets get in your mouth and other droplets get on your face. So the president, Donald Trump, does not know what he's talking about. Whenever I'm talking about the droplets, and COVID is a bad thing for you and your family.
Fauci, you got to kind of put a little bit like he's almost Jewish, almost like Yiddish kind of voice in there, and be like, Donald Trump, and can't you tell about the mask in so and so?
Bunch of videos where pregnant women are popping Tylenol. And holy crap, I did not know this. And I typically avoid Tylenol. I don't mind ibuprofen. I've got my secret stash right here of my amazing ibuprofen. As someone is about to
I take ibuprofen
we all
too.
know the magic that is ibuprofen. Now, I don't really use acetaminophen, Tylenol. I don't know why. I just never been a fan of it. But yo,
don't they put acetaminophen in meth?
I have no idea.
Wow.
9. That's 9 pills in one day can kill you. What? Yo, I didn't know that. And I got all the data to show you. So apparently this lady, she makes a video. She basically says she got a call at 4 a.m. from a husband. He's freaking out. His wife was trying to prove Trump wrong. She's pregnant. She took a bunch of Tylenol. She's in liver failure. She is going to die.
And she's pregnant, so hopefully they can deliver the baby while she's on the ventilator. And the baby
save the baby and all that shit. You know, we don't want harm. We don't want harm to children, but
save the baby.
But I don't want to be the one to say it. I ain't gonna say it. It's gonna sound harsh. Fuck it. I hope everything is okay with the baby. But all I'm gonna say is that it seems like Darwinism's doing its job. That is all.
Okay.
That is all. It's
Now,
fucked
again,
up.
It's a lady telling a
But
story.
that is all.
This could just be rage bait, viral garbage, whatever. I don't know, but let me read for you. Pregnant liberal woman suffers fatal Tylenol overdose after trying to prove Trump wrong. Now allegedly on ventilator, fighting for her life. Nicole Siratek, founder of American Frontline Nurses, claimed that she received a frantic 4 a.m. call from a distraught husband whose pregnant wife is now on a ventilator after overdosing on Tylenol. According to Suratech, the woman, who was between 23 and 25 weeks pregnant, attempted to ingest massive amounts of Tylenol in an effort to prove Donald Trump wrong after his recent remarks linking acetaminophen use during pregnancy to autism. As the Gateway Pundit reported, President Trump on Monday announced that the use of acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, can increase the risk of autism when used by pregnant women. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said Tylenol is tied to autism, ADHD, and liver toxicity in children. Today, the FDA will issue a physician's notice about the risk of acetaminophen during pregnancy and begin the process.
Hey Max, look at the banner that's up now.
To initiate,
I can't see it. I'm outside.
Okay.
In a post on X, Suratech wrote,
It says play Tylenol games, get Tylenol prizes.
Actually, let me let's zoom in.
Fuck.
She says
the internet
got a
be
frantic
winning,
call at
boy.
4 a.m. from a husband who was given my
Tell
phone
me.
number via someone who had it. His pregnant wife is now on a ventilator, dying of liver failure, trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism, since this is trend.
The 3-man podcast will say this: we hope and pray that this woman makes a drastic recovery, a quick recovery.
I hope she makes a quick recovery and all that. Nothing wrong with the baby, but I'm still going to say Darwinism looked like Darwinism was doing its job.
Yep. I mean, we all have free will. God don't even get in the way of our free will. You chose to do this shit, trying to prove a point. You got to deal with the consequences. Same with Jimmy Kimmel. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. Freedom of the medicine you choose to use does not free you from the consequences of using this medicine.
And this is where the disconnect happens between the left and the right, is that we understand that. We understand that we have our choice, consequences. We are accountable. We should be accountable for all of our actions. These motherfuckers don't believe that. They believe the government should be able to should feed them, not only feed them, bail them out for their bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how some of us red pill brothers we talked about. Well, y'all need to change the laws because it incentivizes women to leave their marriages.
And so in order for us to deal with that, because it seems like they don't want to change the laws, other than Kentucky, because Kentucky is now gone with a 50-50 custodial custody.
And has decreased divorces
by 26%. So since the other states don't want to do it, but they said 20 states are thinking about doing it, we just won't get married no more. We won't go dating, we won't approach you. See, guys adapt. Adapt.
Not only men do adapt, but who it's like this. If men decided, you know what, fuck it, we just won't get married at all, the men are not the ones that's losing. It's the women. Mm-hmm. Because of the fact that there are statistics that shows where you could tell where a woman will be at in the future depends on her marriage status.
Mm.
So if you're a single mom, never been married, most likely in the future, statistics say you will be poor.
Mm.
That's what statistics shows. And let's just be real. Statistics been showing that the black community has been lacking in shit. What people say, those white man statistics. I don't believe that. White man statistics.
They so stupid.
And so we wake up in a society now to where we have a group of people that is failing. You do have some at the top that is succeeding, but it is worse. It is worse. Like for some of the black people, the shit that's been going on is some black people are in worse position than black folks during Jim Crow were.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a goddamn shame because you are more freer as people. You can honestly, I literally seen a black woman punch a white woman in the face for self-defending herself. The police came there, damn near beat the shit out of a white woman.
Damn.
And asked the black woman if she's okay.
And who was the aggressor?
The white woman was.
So y'all protected.
Beat the shit out of a white woman. That nigga drugged that white woman's ass. I'm over here. I'm like, damn, baby, pick your head up. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Bob and wheat, honey. Bob and wheat.
Put your guard up. Damn.
Come on, baby. Oh, come on, officer. You don't have to do her like that.
Peekaboo style.
Nigga,
Peekaboo style.
I watched with my own 2 eyes in real life a bad bitch get slammed on the ground by a cop, and it was a white woman. So times has changed, but we got these insignificant Negroes who don't believe they actually believe society has gotten worse over time, but you niggas ain't getting hung in the street.
Black people can be racist and not be called out for it.
But we get called coons for showing niggas the truth and pointing it out. But we are the coons. But y'all don't say shit about the niggas who actually are the real coons who've been fucking up the black community for the last 30 years. We have 40-year-old gangbangers in the black community.
We sure do. Rappers too.
We have niggas that's still throwing up the set for a real nigga and it's 40 years old.
Still jacking folk.
Then talking about the white
folk.
man. The white man trying to hold the brothers down.
You done had 30-something years to get your act together.
Nigga, you man, don't get me started, boy. Do not
I just want to tell him to just.
I had a nigga who was talking all that shit towards me. Nigga older than me talking about gangbanging. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Nigga older than me talking about pussy that I've been fucked a long time ago. But niggas talking about, oh, you ain't getting pussy. I'm like, nigga, you ain't getting pussy. I'm like, how fucking old are you? Niggas was like, I'm 40 years old. I was like, you're 40 years old and you still talking like how I was when I was 14 or some shit?
Yeah.
You good, Sean?
Yeah.
You just said yeah, and you didn't say shit. I'm like, I thought he was about to say something.
I guess my other soundboard ain't coming through because you can't hear the shit. Then the rest start
On TikTok. Well, let's read the proposed.
Oh, you got another soundboard?
Unverified claim.
It's a different one. It's an
Completely
online
agree.
one.
This
It ain't
is a
working.
woman who made a video. No.
I thought it was.
Tylenol issued a warning in 2017 not to use their product during pregnancy. Other sources on the excessive use of Tylenol. Yeah, wow, this is crazy. When is this one from? So again, we don't know that this is a true story. I think, is this? I don't know if this is the person who originally made the post. I don't know. Trying to make a tough decision to try and save an unborn baby that may not survive outside the womb at approximately
I heard
gestation of
that.
23 to 25
Okay,
weeks.
good.
At the same time, his wife won't survive through the week and will never get to meet her baby.
Damn.
This behavior is ridiculous. This woman hated Trump so much because of the Harvard
So they are gonna be able to save the baby because the wife was not gonna be able to meet her baby.
study on Tylenol and autism. She ultimately killed herself.
Well,
by
sorry to
overdosing
hear
on
But the
that.
baby might not survive either, they're saying.
Tylenol to try and prove Trump wrong.
Oh, I am sorry to
Her
hear
baby may not
that.
survive either. Her husband now may lose his entire family because of the craziness of liberal men chasing TikTok clout with TDS. So again, I don't know that any of this is true. It's whatever, right? But I do want to point out the dangers of Tylenol overdose.
Now, mind you, this chick is 29 years old. 29 years. She just entered the dating market at 18.
Bruh.
Or the accepted dating market from 18 to 25 is what they say that's the women need to get. She entered that bitch, and now she is fighting for her life because she had TDS and decided to prove Trump wrong when it was Trump going by Harvard studies and scientific studies about this Tylenol.
Bruh, these motherfuckers, and that's the reason why I feel the way Steven Crowder feels. I'm like, these motherfuckers are dangerous and they're part of a death cult.
Mm-hmm.
They will rather die to prove another motherfucker wrong. They will rather die, watch their families forever be changed just because they hate Donald Trump. You know, I don't want to see no baby, no innocent baby to be affected and shit. Never want to see no ignorant baby, but that woman do not get my sympathy at all.
And you have your right to say that. And I mean, yeah, she for you to not only have the warning labels on the fucking bottle, also studies out there, then the president says, and because of your TDS, your Trump derangement syndrome, you decide to take 9. I don't know how much she took, but he said 9 will kill you. And she took enough to be on a ventilator. And guys, just so you know, I am a respiratory therapist. I am a registered respiratory therapist. I take care of people on ventilators. And you have a high chance of coming off it. But I'm going to tell you like now, I haven't had many people in my career that I've taken care of that have been liver failures, but the ones that I have taken care of, that shit, you don't come off that ventilator. Liver failure is real serious. Very serious.
Because we have seen videos of women doing this. Now, listen.
I've seen them all on TikTok.
Any of those videos are true. I did a video about it yesterday. Everyone was talking about it. This woman, she's like dancing and she like pops a pill. Doesn't even look like she's taking Tylenol. It looks like she's rage baiting. We are cooked.
All right, hold on real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what you're talking about. I'll show you what he's talking about. Real quick. This is what he's talking about. I wish I could do the shorts, but I'll just do this. I'm just going to show y'all a little bit of this. This is what these dumbass bitches was doing. This is why you have abortion laws. Look at this shit.
Funny and ironic about watching a bunch of communists valiantly defend the profit interests of the multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry to the point that they're willing to, chug Tylenol on camera. Here's a little piece of trivia to file away under the good timing category. The brand name.
Check this out.
Extremely high fever. That you feel you can't tough it out. You can't do it. I guess there's that.
For Big Pharma and the media outlets that take millions of dollars in advertising money from Big Pharma, this statement was a 5-alarm fire. Tylenol generates something like $1 billion. Abundantly obvious. I'm, in no position to pass judgment on any of these theories, but I am in a very good position to judge the hordes of pregnant liberal women on TikTok who are currently slamming down Tylenol on camera for the sole purpose of telling Donald Trump who's boss. And this is a phenomenon that has predictably taken hold very, very quickly. Within hours of Trump's press conference, the pill bottles came out. Watch.
Dumbasses.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm going to take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's going to work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
You see this stupid shit? She got me popping Tylenol while pregnant. Because what the fuck is the government going to do about it? Nothing. They've already done all they're going to do about it.
But here's the funny
what
shit.
What you going to do about it when your ass is looking up and you want to peer the grades if your ass is...
And it's not funny, but here's the funny shit. She's going to blame Donald Trump for her losing her baby.
Of course. Yeah.
That's the pathetic part about it. Donald Trump is going to get blamed because she decided to do that.
This dumb bitch got the nerve to have 2 bottles of Tylenol. Where the baby daddy at? Where the father at? Because I've been cussed her ass out.
Should be
Judging by them damn tattoos, she is a baby mama. Her ass ain't got no dang father that's gonna stick by her side. But back to Timcast. Let's go. Just finish this up. Where is that liberal woman? Yeah, where we go.
Man, this algorithmic psycho slop content that people are making, they're all just doing it, and everyone is going insane. And humans are not made for this. I suppose at the end of the day, it's an artificial selection or perhaps a natural selection where only the strongest of willed people with the cognitive fortitude to not slam Tylenol will survive. Let me just say, nobody ever actually ate Tide Pods, okay? You remember that one? The media was like, kids are eating Tide. No, they're not. They would die. You just die. What they were doing was they're making dumb gag videos where they pretended to eat them. Well, apparently one kid was making a gag video and he put the Tide Pod in his mouth thinking so long as he didn't eat it, it was fine, right? Well, guess what? The casing of the Tide Pod dissolves in water and the saliva broke it down as he was screwing with it. The detergent busted from it, hit his mouth. He aspirated in shock and inhaled it, vomited, coughed it up, was rushed to the hospital, and now has scar tissue in his lungs. Because people are stupid.
Yeah.
He was like, well, so long as I don't actually eat it. As soon as
People are stupid.
It hit his mouth, and he went, up, and then it went down his throat. Not a lot, but enough to cause permanent lung damage. Here we are. So if you were to tell me the story, I'd argue, yeah, I think it's probably true. In a follow-up video, she said, it's going to be 6 a.m. finally. For those of you who don't know me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a very frantic call at 4 a.m. this morning from a husband. This we know. He said, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death. If you aren't administered the antidote, it's a very slow and very painful death. Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the 3 most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with. So I don't get censored, she said. But I don't know, have they found unalive yet? But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove me wrong. I mean, weren't these same people who put Harvard and Fauci at the pillars of science on a pedestal, and now they refuse to believe it? I don't believe it's going to do, I don't believe it's going to do it either, but I'm also not going to overdose on Tylenol. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby, and the baby may not survive. The baby is going to spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. Remember, guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive. I didn't ask him if he had more children. Let's say this woman did. They have more children, but now they've lost their mother. The baby's not going to grow up with a mom. He's lost his whole life if this baby dies too, all because of TikTok challenges. Everybody wants, well, not everybody, but maybe these crazy liberal women, they literally hate Trump so bad, she killed herself and her baby potentially. I'm just like, I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. I don't know. What are you guys saying?
You say she died already?
TikTok because all this nonsense I keep seeing right now. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. You get it. Okay, let me do this. Look. Doctors, this is from January. Doctors in New Jersey issue warning after increase of accidental acetaminophen overdoses. We've got this from Mount Sinai. What to expect in the emergency room for Tylenol overdose. It's acetaminophen, right? All right, well, let's jump to our good friend of ChatGPT and ask it some basic questions. I asked it, how much Tylenol in one day will kill you? And it says the maximum safe daily dose is about 4,000 milligrams. That is 8 pills. 8. Because extra strength Tylenol tablets are 500 milligrams. That's crazy. A toxic dose is between 7,000. That means 6. Yo, that's wild. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. 12. I mean 12. 7 for 7,000. I was doing the math wrong. What am I thinking? At once or within a single day, though this can be lower depending on body weight. A standard extra strength tablet is 500 milligrams. 8,000 milligrams is 16 tablets. That amount could cause severe liver failure and potential death without rapid medical treatment, even slightly above 4,000 milligrams can cause liver damage over time. I said, how much Tylenol in one day causes permanent liver damage that may result in death? And it said 7 to 10 grams in 24 hours. However, for some people, if you're underweight, have liver problems, you're drinking, or maybe your body is strained because you're pregnant, it could be 5,000 to 6,000. We're talking about 10. However, the safe maximum for adults is 4,000, literally 8 pills. That's wild. I said, if you go into liver failure because of Tylenol overdose, will you survive? Yes.
Hey, Sean, can you hear me okay?
If someone goes into
Yeah.
Okay, I had to switch. My other headphones died, so I had to switch.
Okay. Oh shit.
What happened?
No, oh, after he's done, I'll show you the first. Remember when we was looking at the TikTok videos and people were taking Tylenol?
Yeah.
The Asian, like maybe Latina that took it first?
Yeah.
That chick is a freaking fertility medicine MD. That shows you how stupid people are. Trump derangement syndrome. You a freaking MD and you ain't taking that shit.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna show you the article as soon as we done this. I'm gonna let
liver failure from Tylenol overdose. Immediate hospital care is critical. Doctors can give acetylcysteine. Is that how you pronounce it?
Acetylcysteine
to limit liver damage, but it must be started within 8 to 10 hours of overdose. If the liver is too damaged to heal, the only option may be an emergency liver transplant. Without treatment, mortality is very high, often 70% or more, once true liver failure sets in. I just want to stress that. True liver failure,
so
once it sets in.
Basically, what he's saying is that she had a 70% chance of death when she went into liver failure.
So, quick question. So, Sean, I'm about to ask you a serious question now, and I'm gonna need you to think about this. You met a woman. Let's say y'all met when y'all was 21 years old. Love of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Has been there for your ups and downs and all that shit. She got Trump derangement syndrome, right?
Mm-hmm.
She does this. Are you giving her a liver transplant?
Absolutely not. Absolutely, positively not. Because your dumb ass knew better than that. And the reason why I also say absolutely not is that she's my woman. Hopefully, she listens to me when I tell her not to damn do shit. She don't listen to me. You got yourself in this shit. Yeah, I love you and everything, but I'm not giving you no liver transplant. I need my liver shit. And I don't do stupid shit like that. No. Now, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's different if it was kidney because I got 2 of them. You ain't got but 1 liver. You really can't live without your liver. So
well, can't you do a partial liver transplant? Like
I'm not sure because I'm a respiratory therapist. I'm not a doctor.
Because if I remember correctly, they could. It depends on how bad the liver is, but you can get a partial transplant. I'm not sure, but
yes, you can get a partial transplant. It's possible and involves using a portion of healthy liver from a living or a deceased donor. So you can partial. So I might give her a partial, but at the same time, I'm like, shorty.
Fuck that bitch.
Here's the thing. Yeah, she want, dude. You got it, man. Please. We gonna bring this down. Look at this bullshit here, y'all. I want y'all to see this bullshit here. When I saw this, I said, you can't be fucking serious. You cannot be fucking serious. So I did some digging, came up with this article from the Jewish Voice, TJV News. And this is the 27th. This was put out. Pregnant leftist Trump derangement syndrome leads to fatal Tylenol overdose. Says, hold on, let me see if I can get a little closer. Okay. So disturbing case highlights just how destructive unchecked Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, and left wing. Y'all do realize that they made that actually a condition. Y'all do realize.
Thank God. Finally.
I believe they did. Hold on, let me make sure for sure before I say something wrong. Is Trump derangement syndrome an official condition? Psychology Today says many clinicians however, in recent months, many have been questioning the direction of the medical gaze. In fact, one more suggesting that this medical gaze should be reversed and refocused on President Trump's most embittered and partisan opponents. What does DSM-5 say about Trump? DSM-5 is Diagnostic and Statistical Manual in Mental Disorders, 5th edition. Since this book contains 947 pages and lists hundreds of mental disorders, TDS is nowhere to be seen. Similarly, a review of scholarly databases such as Medline and Google Scholar reveal no academic papers on the alleged syndrome. Officially, at least TDS is not real, it's diagnosable or treatable mental disorders. That said, medical anthropologists and critical sociologists have convincingly argued that DSM-5 is a flawed document. So the document that says it's not one, it says flawed. Indeed, social scientists have long recognized that there are numerous folk categories of mental disorders that are considered real conditions by the general public, even though they are not recognized such as in the DSM. So you have stuff that is not official that's recognized, but they saying that Trump-Deranged syndrome is not recognized in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. So basically, it's a possibility. Whole conclusion: the wider public may be unaware that psychologists and social scientists spend considerable time and energy behind closed doors pondering over the existence and reality of medical conditions. This led the APA to revise the DSM 5 times since 1952, considerably expanding the list of official mental disorders with each revision. As far as I'm aware, few psychiatrists are currently arguing that DSM-6 should contain TDS as a mental disorder. That said, in this official definition of mental disorder, the DSM-5 states that a mental disorder is a syndrome characterized by clinically significant disturbance in an individual's cognition, emotional regulation, or behavior. Mental disorders are usually associated with significant distress in social, occupational, or other important activities. Many have argued that some people have been seriously disturbed and distressed by the politics, speech, behavior, and tweets of President Trump, so much so that it has affected their cognitive, affective, and behavioral functioning. Such people may need mental health support. As such, further research is necessary to investigate the extreme reactions toward President Trump. In the same way that researchers investigate other extreme social phenomena such as Beatlemania or the like. This will shed light on the reality of the emerging folk category that has been labeled by many as Trump derangement syndrome. So what I gathered from that article is this. There are several, as they said, folk syndromes that people have come up with that are recognized by the DSM-5. But the DSM-5 does not recognize Trump derangement syndrome. But if there are some that's not recognized by it, and this one does not recognize Trump derangement, then that's why you have so many people recognizing Trump derangement syndrome. The only thing that is missing from it being an official syndrome is clinical studies. And I got a feeling they're gonna do some clinical studies because here we go.
They're gonna have to one of these days, bruh.
Says according to a harrowing account shared by American frontline nurses found in Nicole Sirotek, a pregnant woman is now on a ventilator fighting for her life after deliberately overdosing on Tylenol just to prove Trump wrong. Says here, pregnant liberal took so much Tylenol after hearing Donald Trump say it causes autism, she's now in the ICU and is going to die. Executive director of American Frontline Nurse got a very frantic call at 4 a.m. from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure. And this is the video.
So it's about, going to be 6 a.m. finally. And for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend that you do. I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you
heard her say that was a Harvard study that he was basically talking about. That's what he based his reasoning for posting this. Harvard study. Same people, like I said before, when Fauci was doing all this, we got to trust the science. They developed this vaccine so quickly, but we got to trust the science. and you didn't trust the science on this, and now your ass is dying in the hospital. And guys, if you don't know what a ventilator does, a ventilator basically takes over your breathing. So this chick can't breathe on her own. She's so sick she cannot breathe. She has to have something breathing for her. Okay.
Believe
That's a
Harvard study or
goddamn
not
shame.
is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol. And she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator.
You heard this? She said she's going to die. And now we are, and Tim Cass already read y'all the dang on stats earlier. Once liver failure starts, you have a 70% chance of dying, meaning you only have a 30% chance of recovering. Plus, you have to get to the hospital and get treatment within 8 to 10 hours of you overdosing on this Tylenol.
And the guy got my phone number from somebody. Somebody gave it to him. I mean, guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still in Hello Kitty sweatpants in my gym trying to work out.
So,
and she's going to die. It's going to be, let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death, is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful
death.
Okay.
Yep.
Because Tylenol, as well as Benadryl and aspirin, are the three most common OTCs that people will typically try to unalive themselves with. So I don't get
Y'all hear that? Readily available, easy to get to. Benadryl, Tylenol, and aspirin are the over-the-counter medicines that people usually try to unalive themselves.
Censored. But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and
remember what didn't I just say this, folks?
Yeah.
the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not going to go overdose on Tylenol either. And it's just so sad because he has to make the choice of them going and trying to emergency deliver this baby, and the baby may not survive.
I'm making the baby the choice. The baby got a future. Obviously, that insane, stupid ass, the one that has TDS don't have no future. I'm choosing the baby.
Baby's going to spend a long time in the NICU. Hopefully the baby will survive. And remember, guys, preemies have complications even if they do survive.
Oh, yeah, she's a premature baby. That lady was, what, 25 weeks, 27 weeks along? You're viable at 24, but anywhere in the 20s, you want that baby to go out to about 38 weeks at least.
I didn't ask him if he had more children. So, I mean, let's say this woman they have more children. They lost their mother. Baby's not going to grow up with the mom. He lost his whole life if this baby dies too. All because of TikTok challenges, guys. Everybody wants, well, not everybody, but maybe these crazy liberal women. They literally.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
Hate Trump so bad that she killed herself and her baby potentially. I'm just I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. This was a preventable situation. This situation didn't even have to exist. It wasn't like she woke up and was in a car accident, a freak car accident, or something fell off a building and killed her. She willfully did this herself. So I don't know. What are you guys saying? I've got to stay off TikTok because that's all the nonsense that I keep seeing right now. And I'm going to try and hopefully finish my workout in my Hello Kitty sweatpants now that I'm done helping. Well, I mean, probably not done helping this guy. He keeps calling. But I don't know. Pray for these people, folks. Pray for them. They need help.
Sad, folks. So you go on into the article. This tragedy unfolded shortly after the Trump administration announced Monday that autism may be linked to acetaminophen, that ingredient Tylenol, used during pregnancy. Instead of exercising caution, The expectant mother reportedly consumed massive amounts of the drug in a reckless attempt to discredit the president. Her liver has since failed, so now 70% chance of death. And her unborn baby, delivered by emergency C-section at just 25 weeks, faces an uncertain future in the NICU. So the baby is in the NICU currently. The baby's not going to grow up with the mom. Sarah Tech explained in a now viral video, if the baby dies too, the husband lost the whole family, the one you just saw, all because TikTok challenges political brainwashing. Now check this out. This is Michelle Vu, Asian, MD. She does fertility medicine in New York, 28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm going to take? Some Tylenol with acetaminophen, and my baby won't have autism. Laughs. These people need to lose their medical license again. This woman is in fertility medicine. Fertility medicine, y'all. That's the crazy part. This woman is in fertility medicine.
Got to be careful.
It's an MD.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm going to take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's going to work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
Got to be more careful.
Now, the difference between this chick here and the other chick is the other chick took a massive amount like a dumbass trying to prove a point. This chick ain't making it no better, though, because she's an MD, and the people that follow her know she's a fucking MD, and she takes freaking the medicine, and she's probably only taking maybe 1 or 2 pills. She's probably only taking 1 or 2 pills. It says here that in the original post, it said these people need to lose their medical licenses. Again, this woman is in fertility medicine. There's a 100% chance she will still be advising all her patients to take Tylenol. And she's in fucking medicine. Sarah Tech stressed that Tylenol overdose is excruciatingly painful. Without treatment, it has long been the leading method of suicide attempts. But now, thanks to social media, trends fueled by political obsession, liberals are intentionally poisoning themselves to prove Trump and RFK Jr. wrong on health warnings. This wasn't an accident. She willfully did this to herself. Sarah Tech laminate is such a waste of life. The situation has never had to exist. Video circulating on X show pro-choice activists, even doctors, mocking Trump's warning by encouraging pregnant women to take Tylenol as a political statement. You hear this? Pro-choice activists, even doctors.
Stupid.
You hear me?
This is stupid. So fucking stupid.
But now, thanks to social media trends fueled by political obsession, liberals are intentionally poisoning themselves. No, I'm sorry. Back to the in one clip, a New York fertility doctor casually laughs about taking the drug while pregnant, dismissing any risk to her unborn child. The response online has been brutal, with many commentators pointing to this case as proof that modern liberalism has morphed into mental illness. We have a mental health crisis, one post declared. Another put it bluntly, liberalism is a true mental disorder. These children never had a chance. Notably, Tylenol itself has publicly discouraged pregnant women from using its products. In 2017, the company stated directly on its official account, "We actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant." Yet blind hatred for Trump has pushed some on the left to ignore both medical guidance and common sense, putting themselves and their babies at risk. The tragic incident is more than just one family's nightmare. It is a grim reminder of how political fantasism and TDS can override logic, destroy lives, and feed into America growing mental health epidemic. Now, what's crazy about all this is what's going to happen. What's going to happen when she dies is that they're going to blame Trump. So basically, you're blaming somebody for getting you riled up because you can't control your emotions, and so you decide to come up to just feed into your mental emotions, into your craziness. That's what you decide to do.
Man, wait till she go to imagine her going to heaven and they ask like, "Hey man, shit, how you get here?" I try to prove Trump wrong. Stupid ass.
All right, so y'all know all what's been going on right lately, this Charlie Kirk and all this political violence and everything. And so as I was looking through things, I am not up on Milo. Okay. I'm not
Milo
up on him.
Monopolis.
Yeah, I'm not up on him. So
Yeah, he said he's coming out of retirement.
Yes, he says he's coming out of retirement. So I don't know about the guy. So I found this TikTok real quick.
Hold on. Do you know who Milo Monopolis is?
No, that's why I said I've been looking it up, and I'm trying to present this in the YouTube live so that whoever doesn't know, just like I didn't know, may find out, Mike.
So, all right, just to school y'all, man. Milo Monopolis, he is a gay. He's a guy. I see. I don't want to put him like he's a gay conservative commentator. I ain't gonna lie, bro. My Monopolist back in the day, bro, the nigga was cooking. Like it was hard to like the first time ever seeing my Monopolist, he was dressed up in drag. And I was like, yo, who this gay nigga is? I was like, who is this soft
Another
ass
dude
nigga?
that's a conservative that's gay that I don't know if he's gay, just like to dress in drag. His name is it Tyler? That's not Tyler. What is it? I can't remember, but he sounds very logical, but he just happened to like wear makeup and he does, fashion and shit, but he actually is logical. The only thing wrong with him is he chooses a lifestyle that is not lined up with Christ. Other than that, nothing too much wrong with him.
Yeah, so wrong with you, boy.
Hey, but let's look at this, man, because I don't know who Milo is. Maybe this sums it up.
Kirk is dead. Grief and anger are ripping through the conservative movement, and now Milo Yiannopoulos, the openly gay conservative who's been banned, canceled, and exiled for years, says he's coming back. The question is, will he save the right or set it on fire? Milo rose to fame as the ultimate conservative provocateur, editor at Breitbart, campus free speech crusader, self-styled internet troll who mocked political correctness and called out liberal orthodoxy. He built his brand on contradictions, an openly gay man rejecting progressive LGBT activism, Catholic yet flamboyant, saying the unsayable while packing lecture halls with young conservatives hungry for controversy. But then came the implosion. Banned from Twitter after the Leslie Jones harassment scandal, a book deal canceled after remarks involving minors, and even some conservatives backing away as the backlash grew. Milo went from right-wing rock star to radioactive in a matter of months. He never completely disappeared, but his days in the spotlight were over. Now, after Charlie Kirk's assassination, Milo says he's coming out of retirement, promising campus tours, fiery speeches, and a fight for the soul of the conservative youth movement.
Shit.
Charlie Kirk built Turning Point USA into a powerhouse. His death leaves a vacuum, and Milo clearly thinks he can fill it. But here's the problem. Milo brings energy and chaos. He excites young, angry audiences, but reopens every old wound the conservative movement has tried to heal. And this comes as investigators dig into the assassin's online radicalization, possibly extremist networks, and whispers about whether others helped shape the killer's path. The right is shaken, and Milo's return feels like tossing a lit match into a room already full of gasoline. So here's the question. Is Milo Yiannopoulos coming back to rescue the conservative movement or to reignite the same fires that once burned his career to the ground? Because either way, things are about to get loud. I'm Ben Powers. Thank you for your time. Charlie Kirk is dead. Grief.
I don't know too much about Milo, so I was actually going to see if I could play a short video with him in it, if I can find anything, because he has been banned. Maybe there's some clip or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man, Milo, boy, that motherfucker come out of retirement. This shit is about to be interesting. 2026.
Is him right here? Is this him right here? Is that him?
Yes, that's him.
These are not only the last words of Milo Yiannopoulos, but a dire warning sign that our country is facing its last days and the clock is ticking. People were terrified after controversial figure Milo Yiannopoulos was announced he was coming out of retirement after a certain political activist's life was taken, with many believing he not only will cause our country to start to crumble to nothing, but there will be a sea of red everywhere we step. Haunting videos show Milo has preached about believing relations with those as young as 13 is perfectly consensual and should be allowed, and is something that will give the little ones security in life. Many warn of Milo's preachings on Middle Eastern religion to be horribly regressive, and calls Islam barbaric and alien, to even campaigning to ban it in schools and calling it a threat to our society. Experts warn if Milo coming back out of retirement causes the end of his own life, then this time it could finish the job and divide our country permanently.
Damn. You like that, dog?
Yeah. Miles, he ain't no fucking joke. Like, I don't know anything about all that, you know, children and shit. I don't know anything about that, but
Pipe down, because I, as a resident of, as I have just as much.
Hey, I think you need to pipe.
Excuse me, I have just as
pipe down.
As somebody who lives here, I have just as much standing as you do to talk about the dangers in churches and schools, because I go to church every Sunday. Do you? Because if you don't, I'm at more risk than you are.
No, you aren't.
No, you aren't. What do
you are not.
Why am I not at more risk than you are? Can I have an argument instead of petulance? No, I can't. You're leaving. Okay. Very good. Oh, that's indicated by my sarcastic imitation. No, you aren't. That's
I'm talking.
Then please, where do you go to church from?
I don't go to church.
No, you don't. So Dylan Roof was
disgusting
on
that
it.
you came here to our state talking about our children.
Boy.
Conversion therapy is already happening. It's already happening everywhere, and America is doing it, except America is turning the world gay. Globo homo is not something that the great, free, true, proud America is valiantly fighting against. America is the engine of this stuff. It is the disease. It is the prime cause. These social changes that are happening in America are making you gay. They're creating homosexuals. Now, I know that there's some sort of over-egging of the pudding in the statistics when they say, oh, there are more LGBT people than ever before. Whether they say it's 5 or 10%, there is growth. And the reason there's growth is that people aren't born gay, they're made gay. And this is probably the gayest culture on the planet. America is the gayest country in the world. This is the country in which you are most likely to turn out a cum guzzler. Why? Because this culture is one that is dedicated to the destruction, dissolution, ridicule, and end of the nuclear family. That is what all of this culture does.
Yo, Sean,
Nah, I heard him. I was just like, I was more so. He took me. He basically fucking surprised the fuck out of me so much by that comment he just made that it slipped right. I heard it, but it slipped by me. If that makes sense. I was still in shock that he said it, that I couldn't even react to it.
So so he was with Nick Fuentes and shit. And to all people, honestly, y'all, to the people who think Nick Fuentes is actually like to the people who really think Nick Fuentes is an actual racist, no, Nick Fuentes, he's just an asshole. He really doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like, the nigga Nick Fuentes had a black girlfriend, nigga. So, like, there's old pictures of this nigga back in the day, bro. Nigga had a black girlfriend. Like, so I'm just like, yeah, he really don't give a fuck because nigga don't believe some of this shit. He was hanging out with Kanye West. Now, just by me saying what I just said, it doesn't help his case. I just realized that.
No, it don't. Kanye crazy as fuck.
Yeah, but anyway, Mild Monopolist, this motherfucker, he a fool, bruh.
I want to see what it says here. We're not gonna play this whole video, but I think this is talking about Milo coming back. It says here, Milo Yiannopoulos announces he will be unretiring in the wake of the Charlie Kirk political assassination.
Example, he's an amazing person. I mean, he's a contradiction. He's a walking contradiction. You can't pin that guy down, right? Like, what is he? Half Jewish, half English, gay,
Catholic,
provocateur, Catholic, who loves black guys and who
Yeah, he's a
who
fucking
appeals
walking
to American
contradiction.
Republicans. It's like, what are you going to say about somebody like that? It's like he's a trickster figure, archetypally speaking, you know, and he's a provocateur and a comedian. And the funny thing about comedians, they're like jesters in the king's court. The jester was the only person who could tell the truth because he was beneath contempt. And that's the role that comedians and provocateurs play.
I said this to somebody yesterday. I said, comedians are the ones that can tell the truth because they can pick at everything. And fucking Jimmy Kimmel, non-funny ass, gets on stage and fucking lies to the country when all he had to do was pick fun at the fucking truth. That's all he had to do. He could have started out he could have started out the joke saying that everybody was saying the dude was right wing because his family was, and then swung it back around and came with a punchline like, I don't know. Come to find out, this guy has a girlfriend who's not a girl. You know, he could have said some shit like that.
Yeah, he had a nigga bitch.
Was it a nigga bitch?
It was a nigga bitch.
I don't know. Real white to me.
I mean, no. What I mean by a nigga bitch is I don't know what gender, whatever the fuck they want to call it now. Like, I don't know what his boyfriend, girlfriend.
It was a pre-op trans female. So basically biological male.
Biological male. Pre-op. Still had the twig and berries. I'm just saying, nigga. That's the official. That's the shit. Twig and berries. Dingleberries. Frankenberries. Had the Frankenberries still. Yeah, had the Frankenberry situation going on. Had the cornstalk and his two younger brothers. Pause. But yeah, man. That was what was going on, man. He could have just made a joke because comedians can do this. And so this guy, like he said, this dude is gay, but he's a Republican. Not only is he gay, Republican, Jewish, and what, Italian, or is he Jewish and something? And he's also likes black guys. So Jimmy Kimmel should have. There's a time to be when you should be funny, and there was a time where you should have been serious and everything, but have a little bit of a comedic relief. What Jimmy Kimmel what he did was not funny at all, and it wasn't sincere. I'm like, nigga, fake crying? That's what you doing? Fake crying? Fake tears? You doing the woman shit? You talking about after the shit. You know, before the shit, I said, you know what he could have done, man? He could have said, he could have came out there, reported exactly what the Utah governor said that day, and then made the funny self. Well, I guess we can't damn act like it's their fault this time. They called us. You know, he could have said some shit like that. Yeah. Because a joke is never too soon. It just got to be funny. It has to be funny. Yeah. It's like how at the memorial service for Charles Kirk, there were funny moments during that memorial service. I was like, oh, that's very funny. Like when Trump said, I hate my enemies. I knew it was a joke. I knew it was a fucking joke. Well, he could have been, even if he was serious, it was funny. He was. He says, I'm not as good as Charlie and Erica. I hate my enemies. I hate my enemies. I hate my enemies. I want to destroy them. I want to destroy them. Yeah. I want to destroy them because I knew what's best for the American public, you know.
You hear me, huh? Guys, come on. Hottest country in the world. Hottest
I will.
country in the world.
I will,
Bringing in income from all the tariffs that I made reciprocal. He's starting to sing when he talks. Have you noticed that shit, dog?
makes reciprocal tariffs.
He's starting
Yeah,
to sing
I
when he
did that. I
Yeah.
did that. Yeah.
Most peace
Yeah.
deals in the history of the nation, in the history of the world. Most peace deals. I even remember that woman from the Congo. She was so pretty. She was so gorgeous. Yeah, she was in my office, and we got the deal done. Got the
Like,
deal done.
yeah, just imagine, you her ex-boyfriend and shit. Trump looking at the camera, look you dead in the camera, be like, yeah, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. You be like, man, fuck that man.
She was that joke looked good, dog. Let's
They're
keep him on.
poking and laughing and making fun.
I'll be right back.
And Milo, Christ, he even dresses like a what do you call those? A harlequin. He's a trickster, and trickster figures emerge in times of crisis, and they point out what no one wants to see, and they say things that no one will say. And you can say all the terrible things about him. He is a provocateur. He's an egomaniac. I don't think he's narcissistic, but because he has some real capacity for self-reflection. But and he's brave as can be. I mean, and he's unstoppable on his feet. He just amazes me. I've never seen anyone ever, I don't think, and I've met some pretty damn smart people. I've never seen anyone who can take on an onslaught of criticism and reverse it like he can. It's bloody amazing. But he is all those things you described. But, the times call forth the speakers, and we've called forth Milo. And that, yeah, well, and that tells you what our times are.
The void left by the political assassination of Charlie Kirk, I fear will widen. And as that gulf widens, nature abhors a vacuum. And I don't think America will really like what fills that void. I was wrong. And I have no problem admitting when I am wrong. Only part of America won't like what fills the void. Milo, the pop star of hate, the troll in chief, and the clown prince of outrage himself, has announced his unretirement. That and more after we hear a quick word from today's sponsor. Today, I want to thank First Form for supporting the mission here at the VSO Gun Channel. This is a pro-freedom supplement and nutrition company that I use on a daily basis, whether it's their pre-workout products or it's their nutrition products like their meat sticks or the protein bars or something like that. We're talking about a company that has stripped a lot of the stupid ingredients out of their products. Like if you pick up their energy drinks, for instance, they pour out like water, no dyes, none of that extra crap that you can't identify in there, just what you need to keep it going. I have a link that I will have listed in the pinned comment down below. That is an affiliate link that tells them that I sent you. Go check out their wares. Let them know that I sent you. And thanks again to First Form for supporting the ever-changing mission here at the VSO Gun Channel. Last week, I did my best to stay out of the political arena because I felt that it was the respectful thing to do to a man that was just murdered for the core American belief, the core tenet, one of the pillars that makes this country great is the right to express yourself. And the cornerstone of America is that people who do not agree should sit down and talk it out. They should debate it out. And those that can't handle how effective he was in his exercise of that right to free speech, murdered him publicly in front of his wife, his children, and thousands of people, and millions of people across the world watched it. Thousands celebrated it. Even more tried to cover their tracks. And we're done with it. And I told you.
A really big problem for the parents of gay kids or kids who show signs of those sorts of behaviors early on, which lots do because the damage happens early. Fixed a big problem, which is, what did I do wrong? Because if you don't have a gay child that you messed up, but instead have a trans child who has a problem, who has a disease, who has a syndrome, who has something on them, then you're off the hook. You're not bad parents. In fact, you're victims because your kid has got this thing that nobody would ever want for their own child, and so you become brave and you become a hero, and your child becomes the crucible in which your social anxieties about having messed up as a parent and made your kid gay, which is what you did, are resolved and sanctified.
That is a spicy meatball, and that is just a sample of an hour and a half discussion between Milo and Candace Owens. That isn't
these niggas don't even know.
Today because
these niggas don't even know
what he was about, and now that I see what he's about, they didn't unleash the motherfucking Kraken.
Bruh, like, nah, nigga. They released the goddamn what you would call it, the final boss.
The pit bull.
They released the final boss, bruh.
Well, I tell you one thing: you can't argue with someone who's a walking fucking like contradiction, dog. Are you gonna say he's fucking racist? How can you say he's racist when he likes black men? You can't say that he's a homophobe when he's a homo. It's boy.
Well, it's like when somebody got mad and at me because they were talking about the Proud Boys and shit. Talk about, well, the Proud Boys are dangerous, and I was over here like, them gay niggas, man, shut your ass up. And see, he's just a sympathizer for the Proud Boys. I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not. It's just them niggas seem to be pretty kind of gay. No offense, but them niggas was making out with one another when I was there in Portland at that bar.
Who was making out with who, bro?
The Proud Boys is making out with one another.
What?
Yeah, it was a joke. It was it was supposed to be a joke. I ain't find it funny. I was confused. I was just waiting for the joke. I'm like, okay, well, I ain't laughing yet. Please stop. No, these niggas making out with one. Okay, got it.
That's crazy.
It's not my I'm not supposed to be here.
Well, folks, real quick, we're gonna make a little shift in subject. We're gonna go to some dating matters, and we have a report on a baby mama who is known in public. I say she's probably a C or D lister. I said D lister because she was on a reality show. So anyway, Omarion's baby mama, April Jones, speaks on her first date on a 9-to-5 job. Kevin Samuels was right. He was right the whole time.
Mama April Jones speaks on her first day on her 9-to-5 job from reality star.
Why are a lot of content creators going broke? Let me explain to y'all why. It's because a lot of them trying to keep up with celebrities, the NBA players, the rappers, and everybody else, instead of just living a basic lifestyle.
The reality of being a content creator with over 200,000 followers is I'm broke. I go viral literally every single week.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I'm outside. Today was my first day, and I was scanning my patients. It's like riding a bicycle, It really is. I'm back in action. Everyone is so nice too. It's really nice to be a part of a team of people who just welcome you in, who are so nice, that are willing to help you, just take their time with you and all of that. Like, so if you're working at a job and the people around you just make you feel welcome, just be grateful for that. I know that I am, because it's not always been that way. So yeah, man, I'll be keeping you guys posted.
All right, so here's what I'm not going to do. What I'm not going to do is do the B. Simone thing and make fun of people for working 9 to 5s. I think that that's just crazy. I've helped provide for families, help support businesses, because a lot of people like to talk down on people who work 9 to 5 jobs. So we're not going to talk down about her working a 9 to 5 job. That's not what this is about. This is about.
However,
winter's here. Shisha, what is winter? The term winter is coming was popularized by a TV show called Game of Thrones. But in this context, in the context of a modern woman right here who cheated on her man
Pause
right
it.
there with his friend
Pause
to
it.
get revenge, to be spiteful, and to just be low down and dirty. All
Sean.
to end up being humbled
Oh,
and having to get it out the mud for herself when she could have been taken care of by a high net worth man. She thought she could do better, but found out she couldn't. In this context of winter is coming and is finally here. This term was popular.
My bad. Go ahead.
Motherfucker. Goddamn, one mosquitoes in this bitch. Fuck. All right. So the concept of winter is coming. Yes, Games of Thrones, but he's clearly not going to give the nigga his credit. But Kevin Samuels did a mini series talking about winter is coming, and he used the Game of Thrones as a metaphor for winter is coming, because at that time, Game of Thrones, the last season, was one of the most watched seasons in the history of TV, and one of the most disappointing season finales in the history of television. But I'm not going to rant about why the fuck I waited 6-8 goddamn years for you motherfuckers to show the goddamn Great War, and the shit only lasted 3 goddamn episodes.
Yeah, that shit was terrible.
Excuse me.
I didn't want the queen to die, man. That pretty little motherfucker.
Sorry. That was a valid crash out. That was a goddamn valid crash out.
It was. It was.
Because of the fact that I was a faithful motherfucker, and you bitch ass niggas decided, well, what we're going to do this war. Yeah, 3 fucking episodes. Man, it was damn near.
The war should have been a whole fucking season, nigga. They should have made the war at least half a season.
Nah, it was 2 episodes actually. Basically 2 fucking episodes.
Mm-hmm. That shit did not last long at all.
Everybody thought the same way I the fuck thought when that season, when the bitch ended. And we was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The battle scene was 1 fucking episode. 1 measly, shitty fucking episode.
And we've been waiting for that shit the whole series.
No. See, no, Sean. All right. So let me break it down to you, Sean, because you watched it not while the show was on TV, right?
No, I didn't watch it while the show was on TV.
Okay, all right. Let me break it down to you.
Back to back. Y'all had to wait for shit to be premiere and shit. Y'all were right there in
Sean,
longer.
I waited 2 years for the final season.
I know.
Because the production, they was like, yeah, it's gonna be long episodes. We was just like, oh my god, hell yeah, we was excited. And he was like, it's gonna be like 2 years. We was like, fuck, I'll wait for 2 years. Yeah, niggas were dying waiting for that shit. Fucking came out, and I'm like, bruh, I'm glad that bitch dead, because she would have been madly disappointed.
Boy, you stupid.
I'm sorry, Jessica. You croaked before then, but bitch, you would have been fucking disappointed, baby.
You knew somebody that croaked before they saw the dip then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, well, it was crazy because she passed away like 7 months later, and yeah, it was actually kind of sad. Well, we knew she had health issues, all that shit, and she kind of made peace with the shit she was going through, but it was just the fact that, like, yeah. They kind of fucked us.
Yeah.
Bitch ass niggas.
All right, let's continue, man.
Realized by a man who goes by the name of Kevin Samuels. And we're seeing this happen in front of our eyes.
But I want to say, because I've been
Oh,
seeing
I
these
was
comments,
premature.
like, listen, I want to speak about this stuff more.
I thought you heard me when I first started playing this. I said the title was Kevin Samuels was right. Winner came for April Jones.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Just because I feel like there's a lot of shame or something. I guess maybe because the internet is such a prevalent thing and cameras are out all the time and people feel like they're going to be judged for going back to work, and who gives a damn? Okay, do what you got to do for you. Do what you got to do to.
She ain't got no choice but to say that shit. Now this shit public. What the fuck?
God damn, turn it down a little bit.
Don't sit here and act like this is how you was gonna react. Come on now.
Oh,
You just trying to act like you got everything together. No, Shorty.
You tough.
Man, come on, man. The bullshit that people be putting out.
Survive and there's so much good in being a hard worker. There's so much reward in working hard for yours. Like, folks have become lazy. We don't do lazy around here. We work. We work hard to get to where we want to go.
I bet you do. Listen, April Jones is not the first chick to leave a man, cheat on him, and think she was going to level up. We know for a while she was dating Taye Diggs, and people were worried and saying, wait, is he about to wife, a chick who'd be willing to be as grimy as she was in the last relationship she was in? But that doesn't seem to have bared any fruit. And here she is. Again, plenty of chicks have been in this situation. The only difference we see here is she's actually telling the world about it. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5.
Chick, you went from a Marion, had his baby. You fumbled Taye Diggs. How the fuck you fumbled Taye Diggs? Now you working 9 to 5. And this chick's out here in the streets that don't have access to these dudes and don't look nowhere near as good as April. And I'm not saying April look good. I'm not saying she's like pretty. I mean, she's attractive. But you got chicks out here that ain't nowhere near attractive as her, walking around like they got freaking options. This chick is working a 9 to 5. She went from being on TV to working 9 to 5. And y'all out there walking around like y'all doing. Come on, man.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
However, we see in full display the big piece of humble pie that she's getting served. Now, I don't wish the worst for her. She has a child. She has to provide for that child. And I hope that she gets it together. But overall, lessons here had to be learned for being a cheater. You got to stay humble out here.
I left the man that I loved for the man that I deserve. I was in a relationship for 10 years and decided to leave that relationship because he was no longer the man of my dreams. He was a good boyfriend and he never cheated on me, but when it came to alignment and what I deserved and what I wanted and saw for myself and my future kids, I wanted to give my kids the best possible father I could, as well as like the best possible life I could give them. Love is not enough for that. So I left. It took me years of contemplation, but now I am in pursuit of finding the man of my dreams again, because you're young, you're hot, you might as well live your best possible life, especially.
That bitch supposed to be hot?
Bitch, you
She supposed to be hot?
She is Antarctic. She ain't freaking hot at all.
Bruh.
You negative.
Hold on, time out. Hold on.
200 degrees Celsius.
Hold on, let me zoom up in this motherfucker, man. Hey, can you turn the HD?
Want me to zoom up?
Can Man, no. You don't zoom up. Turn up the HD quality on your YouTube. You know, you see that little gag shit, that little gearbox. Click that shit real quick. Nigga, go up, nigga, go up like the gearbox right next to the CC.
Right here.
Yeah, the settings. You know, and what's the yeah, go to the
480.
quality. Yeah, increase it. Increase it to HD.
I did.
Yeah,
I just
not the
did.
okay, not the premium joint. Not the premium joint, real quick. You know, yeah. Oh, you got premium? Okay, nigga. That's why we don't got. Okay, you good? You good? Oh no, man. Go back to the premium, bro. It's better, nigga. Oh, my bad, bro. I forgot you. You know, you are a WebMD, nigga. You got that big bucks. All right, we're gonna do it. Press play real quick.
Hold on, I'll try to get her closer. There you go.
The one life that you
Now
have,
pause it.
the one body that you have.
Yeah, she says she young and she hot. She young. She young and she hot.
Hold on. I'm getting lightheaded. Hold on, God damn it. Hold on. Oh man, let me take this blood pressure medicine real quick. Yeah. Let me
young and she hot, man.
I'm gonna have to double up on these doses. Let me do that real quick.
She young and she hot.
Yeah. Hey. Hold on. Let me take this blood pressure medicine real quick, y'all. Give me a second. Oh hell no. Oh my God, nigga. Oh.
She young. Why she look like Porky Pig's sister, dog?
Man.
Sister, dog.
Shouty. Ma'am. Respectfully, of course. You a cheeseburger away from being my size, big.
Mm-hmm. You a 3.
Ma'am. You look like, oh my God, I ain't gonna do this shit. I don't got time for this shit. I don't got time for this shit, man. Why the fuck y'all be coming on?
You got no time, dog.
We don't got no time for this shit, man. Why the fuck y'all keep coming on the internet saying it's delusional shit?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, dog.
You know how delusional I will have to look, just come on the internet and be like, even though I did fuck a lot of, I fucked a lot of bitches, I'm like, man, I'm sexy in the motherfucker, nigga, man. You know, I take Brad Pitt's bitch. Man, you know how fucking delusional, man, you know how crazy I will look? Why the fuck y'all keep coming on the internet to keep saying this crazy shit and expect us men to respect your opinion? Self-awareness is sexy, man.
It is.
Shawty, you are not hot. You look like a coal miner's daughter.
Oh shit! No, he did.
You
look like you. Hey, this might sound racist, but you look like your mama said oranges on the side of the highway. That's all I'm gonna say. And most of them shaped like lunch boxes. So I know you got that fat woman gene in your ass. You're gonna blow up like a
nigga. Look at her cheeks, bro. I know she goddamn. You talking about you left the man you love for the one you deserve. I hope that nigga ain't shit.
She looked like, I bet she looked like a lunchbox, bro. I bet she shaped like a damn, I bet she shaped like a goddamn circuit breaker, nigga.
Well, I blame the husband. Nigga must have he must have got real. He got it happens, bruh. It happens. In relationships, we tend to get comfortable, bruh. And that's why you gotta keep your foot on your woman's neck, like I keep my foot on my woman's neck. Not literally, but you feel what I'm saying.
About to say, goddamn.
I hold my woman accountable. I'm a fat guy, and I was able to tell my woman, I was like, damn, baby, you getting kind of big. But if you that guy, you could do that.
You are hell.
But if you that guy, you could do that. But that comes with you. Do you think she got a gym membership? Yes, I had to pay for that. She wanted some cute workout outfits. Yeah, I paid for that. Baby, I don't have, baby, like these shoes I have for the gym are shit. Baby, fuck it. Get 3 pair. Tell her to give you a discount.
Yep.
Baby, I need to get some. I need to get supplements. Shit, ain't no thing. You want to do it? You want to order it? Nah, I can order it. Shit. Oh, you want one? I was like, no, go ahead, grab this one. I paid for that. You could do that, fellas, if you own your shit.
On your shit, nigga.
But you can't be no square ass dude, like you can't be no docile, bitch made ass dude, bruh, and expect these women to respect you, bruh. Like that's how her husband, and most likely he probably became all docile and shit. Like, you know what, baby, you look beautiful. That like, man, you better tell that bitch she look like Winnie the Pooh.
Punk ass bitch, nigga.
Got it.
Bitch, nigga.
What soundboard was that? Quality of that soundboard was a little off, but you go ahead and play it.
Shut
you
up,
want to hear
bitch.
the rest of this do this shit? Okay. That's why your soundboard sound it sound like you got your soundboard from
bitch.
Dollar Tree. That's what it sound like.
Shut up,
Soundboard
bitch.
to Dollar Tree quality.
Shut up, bitch. Nigga, I'm not breaking the law. I'm not trying to get out of no trouble. That's what a snitch do.
Anyway.
Like, don't waste it away on settling.
Let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon to be married men, hiring the wrong lawyer can leave you with an overpriced, unenforceable prenup. Avoid the trap. Inside my step-by-step guide at fathershaverights.com, renowned attorneys James Sexton and the lead attorney Fahayamu. I bet you there are chicks out here who, because of how they acted, even if things didn't work out with the father of their children, if he was financially stable enough, he helped her out because he probably appreciated that she's not somebody who gives him complete hell. Check out a few of these comments. Top comment here says, Angel Love, been a nurse the entire time she been on TV. Somebody else who says, her being in radiology is a huge flex. Here's somebody else who says, what's wrong with working? I don't think there's anything wrong with working.
Why are a lot of content creators going broke? Let me explain to y'all why.
Be right back.
Because a lot of them trying to keep up with celebrities, the NBA players, the rappers, and everybody else. Instead of just living a basic lifestyle. Me, I live a basic lifestyle. I don't care how much money I get on this app. I'm living a basic lifestyle. Listen, I ride around in the same exact vehicle that I bought when I was 18 or 19 years old. It ain't that I can't get another truck. I just don't want that. I'm not a person that hang with everybody. Not only that, I'm thinking about moving to the country somewhere, far away from everybody, far away from the city. My first priority is a nice house with a lot of land. Then I'll get me a truck. I'm not out here trying to impress everybody. So when y'all see me in public, I'm dressed just like y'all. You'll never see me get on this app and act like I'm balling. A lot of these content creators, they get their money. What they go do? They go buy a watch. They go buy a chain. They get their first $10,000 that month. They hear you go jump in a big ass house. Then next month, they money be looking funny. They can't pay it. And they gotta put out 50 videos a day. In a content creator, you gotta be smart. If y'all just was to sit back and just pay attention to a lot of these content creators, the first thing they do is when they get money, they want to wear only designer. They don't wear these type of shirts no more. They don't wear regular clothes no more. Everything they buy had to be $1,500 and up. Then they try to get on the internet and convince y'all that they getting money and y'all should do the same exact thing. You will never see me doing that. I promise y'all. If I were rich, y'all wouldn't even know it because I'll dress the same exact way that I'm dressing right now. I'll still have that truck that I showed y'all. But guess what? I'm not trying to impress nobody. I like riding solo. I'm out in public 9 times 10, I'm solo. When y'all see me in public, don't expect to see me in no Maserati or no nothing new or something like that. Expect to see this motherfucker right here. This is my baby right here.
The reality of being a content creator with over 200,000 followers is I'm broke. I go viral literally every single week. Every week. I got like over 8 million views this past month. I have like loyal fans, you know? But I'm just like, yo, I had $101 in my bank account yesterday. Last month, the Creator Fund paid me like $70 because I make a lot of short form videos that aren't over 1 minute long. And I'm going to keep saying this, like, people are not paying Black creators. I have fucking verified companies and businesses commenting on my videos trying to be relatable and shit. And it's just like, you guys won't fucking pay me. Like, I'm getting...
Is she throwing the victim card? Is it the victim card?
Like, bitch, you ever thought about maybe you might not be good?
Or why don't you go faceless, dumbass? Do your
Like,
content
no, like, dude, it doesn't, like, for me, it doesn't matter how you look, right? For a female, even for a dude. Like, I have a guy who I follow because I don't know, his content is just fucking awesome. Like, you know, and his face be all up in the camera and shit because he is a licensed pharmacist in 3 states. And he doesn't have that, oh my god, he's a hot guy face, but he does great content. And so some of you motherfuckers, you just are not, you might just gotta understand the possibility you might not be good at it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, like for instance, Melanie King, she's
Yeah.
getting worse because she's turned into a fucking merch store. Like, and then she's not entertaining anymore. You know what I'm saying? She's reading everything.
Well, Melanie King, because Melanie King, she got a lot of white followers off of the, like, she got a lot of white followers off of the political, basically what she was doing with the last election with Donald Trump and shit. And so she received a shitload of followers. The problem with Melanie King is that she forgot what was her bread and butter, and so what she should do is kind of mix shit up and all that. And she's kind of getting into the political field. And so even though she does have a lot of merch, I guaranteed you a lot of those white folks are buying her merch.
Probably why she focused.
And she's no longer focusing on what she, you know, what was her bread and butter, which she got kind of popularized by. Like, hey, these niggas switch up on us, man.
I know, right?
They doing this wrong, man.
Let's go.
To a point, I'm getting like really frustrated because this has been my career for a while. Like, I used to make a lot more money on social media, and I feel like as my platform grows bigger and bigger, people get this idea that like you must be doing very, very well, like even better than before. And I'm just like, dude, what? Anyway, if you want to literally send me money, because I'm just like, this is so dumb.
I do wonder how much a radiologist makes. Oh shoot, 300 to 400K. She bringing in money like that? That's what's up. Hold on, let me actually search this. Is April Jones a radiologist? Let's talk to our AI system barista, Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee, is April Jones a radiologist?
Yes, April Jones claims to have a background in radiology or medical imaging, but I couldn't find verifiable proof she's a fully qualified radiologist that is a doctor specializing in reading medical images.
She's not a radiologist. No, she's not a radiologist. She's probably a fucking rad tech. Is probably what she is. She's probably a rad tech trying to act like she's a fucking radiologist. That's probably what she is.
She's been reported to have received a bachelor's degree in radiology and worked on and off in hospitals. She's talked about certified in medical imaging.
So what would somebody who is certified?
Yeah. So in other words, she's certified in medical imaging. She's the one that goes in the hospital and is taking the CT scans. She's not interpreting them. She's not diagnosing people off of CT scans. She's just taking them.
In medical imaging do for
So is that
As someone
a
certified in medical imaging, here's what that usually means.
is that yeah, is that something you go to like a 4-year school, or is that actually your
You don't have to.
college?
You don't have to go to a 4-year school.
So basically she's kind of like,
She's got a bachelor's in it, which is good, but she's got a certification. She's got credentialing as a radiology tech.
okay, gotcha.
She may not even be. I don't know what their levels are. Like with respiratory therapy, you can be certified and work. You can be registered and work. So she's not registered. She's a certified radiology tech.
In practice.
Entry level.
Not to be confused with being a radiologist who's a doctor, certification level. They've typically gone through a bachelor's program or a specialized certificate program in radiologic sciences, medical imaging, or a related field. They may hold credentials from organizations like the ARRT, American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. What they do. Depending on their exact certification, they might work as radiologic technologist X-ray tech, performs diagnostic X-rays and prepares patients for imaging procedures. MRI technologist, operates MRI scanners, positions patients, and ensures clear images are captured.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've actually suggested to a lot of my nieces and nephews to get into this aspect of.
She's a medical photographer, basically.
Okay, I have no idea what that is, but all right, cool.
Basically,
She
when
just
someone
take-
needs an X-ray, if they're in the hospital,
Yeah.
they'll wheel the machine to your room, place a board behind you, place the machine lens where it needs to be to take a good picture.
Okay, I got you. I
Hit
know
a
you're
button,
saying.
boom. She's probably one of those.
But she don't need a 4-year degree for that, don't she? No?
I don't think you do. Hold on. Radiology. I'm gonna assume she's in California. Radiology tech jobs, radiology technologist. To work as a radiology technologist in California, need to meet the following requirement: complete an accredited post-secondary program in radiology technology. That does not mean bachelor's. It's post-secondary. With typically it's post-secondary is secondary is high school. What typical involves earning an associate's degree from a program recognized by the Joint Renewed Committee on Education and Radiology Technology or an equivalent accrediting body. So she has a bachelor's. They said that. So she didn't get an associate. She got a bachelor's. Then it says pass the ARRT certification exam. I complete an approved education program that ensures the certified professional meets state and national standards. They meet California state licensing standards. So you got to take a test, exam scores, blah, 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 just like it is in Georgia for respiratory therapy. Yeah, man. She just has a bachelor's and she has a certification in that. She took a test. Yeah.
Radiology.
CT technologist, specializes in computed tomography CT scans. Ultrasound, sonography tech, uses ultrasound to produce images of internal organs, pregnancies, etc.
What's the yearly salary?
All right, babe. Here's some ranges for what someone certified in medical imaging, technologist, MRI tech, radiologic tech might make per year in the U.S. The median annual wage for radiologic and MRI technologists is about $77,660. May 2024, Bureau of Labor Statistics for MRI technologists. Specifically, median salary is around $88,100.
So she live in California. So she probably make in the 90s, maybe 100. But that's in California with all them high ass daggone property tax and all other shit. It's like being in Georgia and making $75,000. Pretty much.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They pay you more in like New York and California.
Well, I know, but you said how much she was making?
She just now started working. She don't have the experience. She probably only
my bad.
In California, they make more than anywhere else except for New York because of the higher cost of living.
So the reason why I say that is because, you know, like, she probably,
a month, goddamn, she probably got 3,000 a month.
it all depends where she lives at too, right? Because she could probably live somewhere where like the cost of living, it could be like off the fucking chain. Like, like there's a difference between living in Compton and
living in Bakersfield.
Yeah, Bakersfield. Yeah.
Well, I doubt she's staying in Compton.
She look like a Compton bitch.
An $80 Bureau of Labor Statistics. In specialized roles, MRI technologist 1 cent. The average can hit $97,206 year salaried.
All right, we've heard enough. I don't think she's an actual radiologist. Again, that's just from this quick, limited little bit of research I've done right here. Who knows?
I'm posting about this, I'm speaking about it because I want, especially like I'm trying to teach my kids, like, don't ever get to a headspace where you're too good to do something.
I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but on my feed, I see a lot of conversation about people wanting to quit their jobs to go full-time on content. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, don't do that. These are some hard times right now. So if you have a job, you need to keep it because people can't even get a job right now. I know it's difficult scrolling social media and seeing people looking like they're winning on social media and you want to do it too.
But why can't they get a job? We know there are a large amount of people out there with these terrible ass goddamn degrees, majoring in damn the feminist perspective of the African American community. I got bachelors in that shit. What the fuck you gonna do with that? Work a goddamn Starbucks?
But looks can be deceiving.
About to say something, man?
I was like, you seriously? Like, you serious, bro? Was that a real name of a fucking degree?
No, I was making that up.
Oh,
but they got degrees like that though.
Like no, it like we have a short of actually black women talking about the degrees they have, and it was one woman. Terrible. She was just like, they didn't have a degree that I wanted, so I made one up. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
But hey, man, I got I'm getting a little tired and shit.
Do what you do, man. I'm gonna just finish it up, and then I'm ending it.
I don't think Dragon's gonna be up.
Yeah.
All right. Sure, you want to end it like in 10 more minutes?
Yeah, we're in 10.
All right.
What you may count as winning on social media is subjective. For me, it is a slow climb. It's not something that's supposed to jump off overnight. It's something that you have to put in a lot of time and effort in. You thinking you're tired at your 9 to 5 right now, but this is like a 24-hour grind. It never stops. My advice for those who are thinking about quitting their jobs and doing content full time, don't do it. Keep your job. It's not the time yet. You'll know when it's time. In the beginning, it's not the time. Another piece of advice, if this is something that you really want to do, this is something that I did. Find a job in the space and actually go apply, work there, learn. So you can actually be, tapping into those creative skills and, feeling like you're actually going into the right direction to do this full time. And it just helps you financially. It keeps you a steady paycheck and you're still doing what you love. Use your page as your portfolio to get that job.
So I just saw this thing about somebody quitting their job to become a full-time influencer. No. No, that's backwards. You need to become an influencer so you can quit your job. This is what people don't understand about influencing. It's so up and down. Like, until you are an established content creator, bro, you can make a whole bunch of racks one month and $200 the next. So you never want to leave that stable income for this shit. Unless I'm saying, you make enough on here per month that you're gonna get that you could cover all your bills. Then y'all not understanding this. I remember somebody on one of my videos asked me why I don't do this full time. I said, brother, there's insurance, 401k. You got to retire. Also, let's say my page gets deleted today. Now I have a fat ass gap of 3 years where I didn't work. If I go apply for a new job, they're gonna ask me why. So it looks better on my resume that I've been consistently at a job, especially if, like with my content, it doesn't take that long to make a video. Now, as you guys know, I did start vlogging on YouTube and start moving to other styles of content. But when that starts doing good, then I'll quit my job. I'm not gonna quit my job today. Now,
You know what I mean?
of products. You with content creation, that's the one
things I've never seen so many women champion a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? I
hold on. So what you're saying now is because April Jones out there talking about her 9 to 5, now women going to want a damn backup champion in a 9 to 5 now? Tell me you lying, dog. Tell me you lying.
just know if it was a dude, it wouldn't be enough money.
Y'all know it's a real flex to me. The fact that April Jones, Omarion baby mother, she went to work. She had a bachelor's degree to fall back on in radiology. Yes, and she vlogged her first day. Well, she didn't vlog her first day, but she spoke about it like today was her first day. She actually had, she enjoyed it and everything. But that is a prime example of education will never go out of style. Like everybody want to be content creators, everybody want to be rappers, singers, whatever. Do whatever fits you, but always had an education to fall back on.
One thing I do want to encourage is the mindset of people who are too proud to get a job. There are a lot of people out here who are too prideful to get a job, right? You can't be broke and prideful at the same time. But there are a lot of people out here who think they're too good for things.
This lady used to do music. She was on reality TV. She was doing a lot of things, right? But that didn't work out for her. And she's able to now use her bachelor's degree in radiology and make good money still. So actually, if you've been thinking about going back to school, this is your sign to go back to school. Always have that backup plan.
All right, so we're going to end it right there, folks. Nice live and whatnot, man. Y'all have heard what we had to say. I don't know how America's going to damn recover. I swear, man. I don't know how they going to fucking recover, man.
This shit crazy, man. Shit again. This year on Earth, man, it's been very interesting.
You got aliens at the Antarctica, or Secret War aliens in the Antarctic, and freaking stuff hitting alien aircraft and bouncing off, Doge cuts, political violence, assassination attempts, assassinations, just for speaking your daggum mind. And I'm telling you, man, all this stuff is just coming from evil. So happens that one party is a little bit more evil than the other. A little bit.
Don't tell the delusional niggas that. It's the Republican Party.
Man. But anyway, folks, y'all stay blessed, man. Y'all stay alert, man. Stay prayed up. Please use some common sense. And please
use condoms.
Yeah, use condoms. And stop choosing the wrong people to be around and to get involved with. Look at the red flags, please. Anyway, we out, folks.